to make sure people have Nick has his volume turned up so you can hear you through the stream.
Oh, the volume for him is just fine. Because they're hearing what I hear. So, everyone's fine volume-wise. There's just a little bit of an echo on you, Jay, but and we'll probably hear ourselves coming through your thing once in a while, but it probably shouldn't be an issue.
Okay, I still don't understand why I'm giving an echo because I'm listening through earbuds. I mean, the mic's attached to it, so that might be the
Your
reason.
earbuds are weird.
Yeah.
We've discussed this before.
If your earbuds are any distance away from your face, there is going to be what feels like an echo. It is probably just a delay on your voice. And we're hearing the secondary echo from probably a wall or the screens or something like that. But nothing major.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Well, hopefully I'll be able to find my mic sometime soon, so it won't be, and it probably won't be too big of an issue, honestly, for the stream, so...
Yeah,
not.
Haven't had any issues with it this far, so at least on my end.
Me. Sadie, hi there. What you doing, girl? Ooh, be careful. Okay, it's not that big of a drop. There you go.
How's your guys' weeks been?
Pretty good.
Unending suffering, just the way I like it.
Well, at least you like it.
I'm also a great liar.
I mean, your sarcasm's pretty easy to read through once you can hear it.
I guess that's fair.
You get kind of dry.
Yeah, a bit. Oh wait, that's why I got this.
Alcohol.
It helps me not think about the pain.
Social lubricant.
Oh well, if you want to use it for that, but it might sting a little.
What?
God.
What?
No, just let it go. Don't worry about it. Kiss says let it go. Egg timer says let it go. I gotta think of a name for the egg timer now. I'm gonna do that now. Name everything.
Name him Benedict.
That's too easy.
What do you mean too easy? That took me a whole 3 seconds to come up with.
Regiment.
You know what? I'm calling it Arnold. How about that?
Darn.
In memoriam to Arnie.
I wanted to call him Reggie. Reginald. Big timer.
Meow.
Oh,
Meow.
God.
Why have we turned into cats now?
I was going to say, why is there 2 cats in this now?
Because I was looking at my cat and she was looking at me and I just went meow in a very deep voice. Meow.
And they say pet owners are crazy. I mean, come on.
This is the first cat that loves me, Haley.
Welcome back.
Oh, I could have said some things, but I don't want to risk saying them on stream, so.
Fuck you, bitch.
Send them as private messages.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just... That way I
Just
can
be
get...
laughing and stuff and calling each other names, and the stream will have no idea what's going on.
You know what? I won't do it at all, actually.
No, do it. Pinky, don't be a bitch. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Pussy!
Oh, there. Fine. Fuck it.
Going to apologize. This is probably going to be the last sentence I say in my normal voice.
What do you...
As going into Richard's voice is very hard to switch between my normal voice and that voice on the fly.
So you're gonna be like what's his face, who just constantly talks in his character's voice, so it's very hard to understand who he's talking as.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember
Beautiful.
names. I remember faces, not names. Illidan. It's the one. It's the one. It's the one that voices Illidan.
DM O'Brien.
Yeah!
See.
Illidan! Like
And
I
this-
said!
This is why I don't play WoW.
My goodness.
Oh,
No, you
God.
don't play WoW because you're not cool.
Well, I am also
Don't
poor
play
and
WoW.
respect
Yeah.
money, so there's that too.
Hey,
There's a
I'm
free-
privileged and my daddy pays for my WoW account.
I was going to say, helping your situation right here. Just saying.
She wasn't
Oh my
trying
God.
to.
Oh, I know she wasn't. I'm just confirming for her.
I love you, Pinky. Oh, sex
Oh my god.
hot
Okay.
as fuck.
Take me
Oh,
with
boy.
your burp.
Nick, why did you
Yum,
bring
yum,
me
yum,
into
yum.
this group? Why did
Because you know you love it.
I'll have
Deep
no
down.
choice.
Do I?
Yeah, you love
Sadie.
Yeah.
us.
You know how I know?
No.
I know because you have not once said your catchphrase at work. I know you love it.
I hate you so much.
I'm
So much.
Ah,
Huh?
yes.
I love you all.
No.
I love you, everybody, every single one of you.
Oh, going to die.
I'm flattered, Thoden, but I don't roll that way, sorry.
It's gonna be.
Don't worry, Lee doesn't share anyway.
Oh, that's
you.
good.
It's true.
It's
No.
good.
Down to 6. So, yeah. Are you ready?
So who wants to break the ice?
I mean, I am the one made of fire, so. I-
Quote unquote.
Right.
You're the fire Ganazis.
Yes.
Ah,
Great at breaking the ice.
That's not the key, Sadie!
What the
All the buttons.
Fuck!
Richard is going to begin searching through the tower, trying to find his bag.
We haven't Zeus.
We haven't started, Zeus.
Take a breath.
Oh.
Are we ready?
Alright, so you guys finally dealt with a thing last week.
Got to the
Does
top
anyone
of the
besides
mountain.
me What's that?
That's descriptive. We also found a dick in a box.
Well, I was
Yeah.
pushing it to have someone explain what happened, you motherfucker.
Yeah, I
mean,
was noticing. I was going like, who wants to do it?
We got to the top of a tower and found a man doing stuff. We're like, yeah, no, we're not
Evil
gonna let you
stuff.
do your stuff. So we're like,
he
let's fuck him
also
up and kill him.
Fuck your stuff.
And while
He
we're,
also wanted to do stuff to Shinzo. Just want to point that out.
while
You
we
wanted
were
to do
going to,
butt stuff to Shinzo.
yeah, while we were messing
Yeah.
up his shit, he touched his crystal and some shit came up from downstairs, and it went all over us, and we blew it up into pieces. And we found a box in the corner, and there was a Richard in there, a very tiny
That is
Richard.
Very
His last
teeny
name
tiny
better be
bit.
Johnson.
Yeah, 2 foot tall Richard.
It's
I like that Zeus is the only one without a token. Like a normal, like a knot.
I would like to point out that I actually forgot I didn't make a token for him and was literally opening up the token maker for that particular purpose.
Do it.
well then. We're on top of a tower.
We just pushed a
Yeah.
crystal out a window.
And we're going to
We
find
did.
out what horrible thing is going to follow.
Yeah,
No
it was plummeting
kidding.
towards the earth. Let's
Exactly.
do this.
Yeah, so gotta move it to this map. That's
Oh,
not
fuck.
the song. Where is the fucking song? Let's go with this one because it's eerie. So, Nam and Richard, you both successfully were able to take the crystal and shove it out the window, which had been smashed previously due to something, I don't remember what. And it is currently falling the 150 feet down to the floor, down to the bottom of the tower there. Yeah, there's nothing in specific. I think this is about where everyone is on the map, right? Everyone's token seems about right in position-wise.
About.
All right. Well, while those two were pushing the thing out, was anyone really doing anything at that moment?
I was inside, I believe, we were either... I think it was Nom and helping him. Oh, wait, no. I decided against that. I was inside Larry. Right.
That is correct.
Pretty sure Nom and Dick are just watching the crystal fall.
Yep. Gaius is just...
That was good idea.
I mean, we'll find out one way or another.
Both Shinzo's voice and Dick's voice.
It's true, because they're both there. What's Shinzo doing, Dusk?
Shinzo's just sort of looks at them pushing the thing out the window, and seeing as that thing summoned a bunch of undead the last time, and knowing it's arcane related, is going to go into the tower to take cover.
This can't possibly end badly.
Alright,
Oh, yeah.
so Shinzo heads down the stairs. As the rest of you watch this giant crystal fall all the way down, and it smashes into the ground. It's a good distance. I guess let's go ahead and perception rolls. See how everyone's gonna do tonight.
Yay!
I almost clicked persuasion, and then I almost clicked performance.
And you have advantage.
Not 11! Not 11!
Over a 10.
Yep.
Actually, exactly 10. The +1 makes
What time of day is it, by the way?
It is currently around midday, a little bit past.
Okay, then Richard has disadvantage on perception check.
Yes, he fucking does.
I look forward to playing the game with Lee again of can she roll higher than a 10?
Yep.
Yay!
I lost my good luck charm, so we're back to normal.
To be
rolls.
fair,
Was it the
that's
crystal?
all she really needed. Gaius isn't really looking. Shinzo's not really looking from inside the tower. So you all see it fall, and it slams into the ground. The first thing that you notice is that it doesn't shatter. It remains completely intact.
God fucking damn it!
Shit.
But the thing, it doesn't, it hits the ground and it sticks. It doesn't bounce like you would imagine any object would from falling from that height. It sticks to the ground, and the glowing light, which had been a little bit prevalent during the fight previously, it flashes the brightest shade of blue that any of you have ever seen. It does that for a split second, and then the ground beneath it begins to show a similar shade of blue, and that spreads out for, let's see here,
Going well.
This was
will
a bad idea.
this will end well. Why did you want to push this thing?
I don't know.
We said we wanted it to break so that other people couldn't use it for evil.
That's true, but
You know what?
Maybe guys should do a free fall Warhammer slam down onto this thing.
I think Gaius left, right? He got annoyed that we were. Yeah, no, he's gone.
yeah, he
Oh.
dropped his hammer like a mic and then
he
walked
dropped
away.
it and he walked away.
Yeah,
he's-
because we were saying all
tower.
he was good for hitting people.
Hitting
Yeah.
things, not people.
Yeah, we were
There's
like,
a
"In the
difference.
window, that's all you're good for." And then he left.
Fuck this shit, I'm out!
You are all so friendly. Ah, shit.
best
Okay,
people.
so it does scale it. It does scale this radius stuff.
Yes, it does.
Okay. Well, let me go
I was
ahead
gonna
and.
say, that's not too bad.
You can always rescale it if you double click on it. And just change,
Oh,
change
like
the
make it
aura radius.
By the way, when Nom realizes how far it's expanding, he's also going to dip out into the motherfucking tower, by the way.
Look at that. I really wants to watch this shit.
I mean, we can crawl down the front of the tower towards it. The window's open, we can just crawl down.
Charles!
Exactly.
I guess there's that, but.
I don't hear any of this. I'm inside of Laramie's head.
Okay.
It's the only place I can have free thoughts, okay?
Okay. Bunch of bullshit around here.
Okay, there we go. And then
I
I can
mean-
just center it like that.
I'm surprised
And then I
nobody
can
else...
bring it to a layer that everyone can see.
Oh my god!
That seems about right.
We're
So,
fucked.
We're fucked, we're dead.
dropping the crystal, everything in that area currently has been frozen. The top of the tower is completely safe. It's out of its reach, and it seems to have some magical
Where
protection.
were the people kept?
All the way
no,
off
no,
to
no,
the left,
you
the
know.
left. Bank of a Shock, that's where they were at.
Yeah, right here. They're safe. They're good.
For now.
Pretty much.
Well,
No, I meant the people that lived in the city.
That-
Where were
The
they?
bank of a shot.
Oh.
They're in the bank of a
Yeah,
shot.
that's
okay.
where Nam and Gaius went to go
Yeah.
find them.
Yes.
We don't know
Okay.
about that, so yeah.
Yeah.
We
So
killed everyone.
The little trickle of water that was in the gorge there completely freezes. It freezes completely. You all feel a very heavy temperature drop. No, you don't really feel it all that much because racism, but the rest of you are starting to get a really cold shiver.
Ooh.
Which I think Dick, you'd be the only one to, or no, fucking, what am I talking about? I don't know why I thought no one was familiar to cold because they live in a desert. I'm crazy.
I'm not.
But that's
I'm
also true.
dead.
Actually, Noah, you can also feel that. Feel the temperature drop on that.
Aye, that's not good.
Finally, it isn't
Oh,
sweltering
no.
around here. Jesus.
We need to get Charles out of here. He's a cold-blooded creature. This is he needs to he can't regulate his own body temperature.
Oh yeah, looking back at Charles, you can see that like his legs, like he's curled around himself as tight as he can the second that he felt that.
Okay, let's
Richard
go.
is currently like standing on Nom's shoulder like a creepy, weird death parrot.
Larry is going to try. Larry is going to try to use her tent, which is in her bag, and kind of use it as like a blanket on Charles to keep him slightly warmer.
Nom will
Yes.
assist with this.
Gets on his back and goes inside the tower. Yeah, we're on top of the tower. You're in a different room, bitch.
Question.
We're
Yeah.
all on top of the tower.
I thought you said you went inside with Shinzo.
No, he decided to override it, so whatever.
Oh
Went
my
with it.
god.
Question.
He did, not me.
Larry, couldn't we just go outside this smashed window, go around the tower, go down the far side, so that way we're as far away from the freezing ice stuff, for Charles, and it's the quickest way down, because this tower's stairs go way too fucking long. It's like half an hour.
Yeah, you're right. She's gonna look back at Nom and say, I have to get Charles out of here as quickly as possible. I'll meet you in the not frozen part on the other side of the bridge.
Maybe the western side of the
On the
shack?
western side of a shock. Okay?
Shouldn't we warm him up first? You're going to be having him walk on the actual frozen part, aren't you?
I mean-
he said that the top of the tower was essentially fine, except it's really
Yes.
fucking cold, so he would be able
Yes,
to walk
but we-
outside
Yeah.
and then
Yeah,
go to the
but-
opposite side of the tower, which from where the crystal was,
Larry's
which
gonna
might
light a
not be completely
torch.
frozen.
Larry's gonna light a torch.
Alright.
I don't know if that's enough to really keep him warm.
It's not enough to keep him warm indefinitely, but it's enough to warm him up so that they can get through this.
Well, why don't we go downstairs, find some of the furniture, chop it up, make a fire, heat him up a little bit, and then you go.
Okay.
Lee, could you give me a Constitution save for Charles?
Let's just burn this whole.
He
fucking
wouldn't
tower.
die this quickly.
I'm not saying he would. I just please.
You know, just getting cold.
Okay. Yeah. Like, he's very uncomfortable, but he's looks okay enough with the torch and the tent wrapped around him to, at the very least, move. Although he doesn't look like he can carry anyone at the moment.
Let's go inside, buddy. They're at least gonna.
Alright.
And now Nom gets to do some vandalism. Let's do this. I'm pumped.
Yeah.
Unadulterated violence against furniture.
My favorite kind of violence.
Going back down the stairs, there has been a change made to the tower, as after just maybe 30 seconds of walking, you can actually see the bottom of the other set of stairs.
Well, fuck.
Oh.
Okay, this is nicer.
What?
So that
Whoa.
thing was making the stairs longer, apparently. Great. All right. Whatever.
And we get Richard's dark vision applies.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's in
I have now
this,
placed a actual token thing if you want to update that.
Charles gets it.
oh, yeah,
Literally
there it
is
is.
gonna put Charles in the bed and wrap him up.
And Nom is
cuddle
going to
him.
start smashing the shit out of a table. Ba-boom.
Alright. Shits and giggles, give me a strength check. What's your dark vision?
Richard should be 60 feet.
60 feet, okay.
I will double check.
60-30 is the usual.
I think I did it.
But he is erased with sunlight since.
What did you roll?
You didn't do it.
Okay, yeah, no, you've got a lot of frustration to work out. And, you basically just picked that fucking thing up by its legs and just smashed it into the floor. Creating...
Make firewood.
There are a few tables.
Richard just sort of claps.
1 second, guys.
Alright.
Okay.
Does like a one-handed clap at the Dragonborn breaking the table. And then as he begins to look around the room, does he recognize this room at all?
He does, yes. This is the room that you and him would consistently be working on for the couple of days that you were with him before, you know, the bad stuff happened. That you guys were actually
Almost
working in,
died.
like...
Here we go.
Oh, is he okay?
He's fine now. He fell over.
Ah.
Oh,
We're
God.
good.
Alright. But basically this is where you two basically share some of your knowledge with each other. Over here, you can see the desk, which is left in a less than neat sort of way than you last when you saw it, with papers strewn about it on the top and a lot of them crumpled up. Go ahead and give me a perception check, Dick, since you're looking at it. Richard, Dick, whatever.
Time as he actually is not in sunlight.
Seems
But of
about right.
course!
It seems about right here.
While you're not in sunlight, the bright flash from that gem has left you... You're seeing spots still, so a lot of the details of what's there is sort of past you at the moment.
Is the smelly child still okay?
Like, he opens his mouth to say, I'm not a child, but then just sighs and will hop onto the table and see, like, are there like notes left on there or no? Or is
There's
that
a
what-
couple. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, give me investigation.
Hey, motherfucker, there is a number other than 1!
You're seeing a lot of
Richard.
spots. Like,
Um,
looking through the papers, you can't really find anything of note, or really read many of it.
So, is Richard dyslexic?
I wouldn't say he's dyslexic. I will say he's possibly blinded at the moment.
Okay.
Yes, you are.
Thank you. I'm glad to have that confirmed.
No, I rolled a 10.
He's,
I
You should get
above
it, though.
above a 10.
Yeah.
Above a 10.
Richard rolled a 10 too, with a +2.
Exactly. Yes, above a 10. Above a 10.
no, like I rolled an exact 10 earlier with
know.
disadvantage.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm saying above a 10. Above a 10.
Charles didn't even get above a 10.
So I'm assuming that should be all Richard does for a little bit, so that people can do stuff in the room.
Okay, literally, Nam did a very fine job of making fireworks for you.
Cuddling in bed with my baby. Giving him pits. Keep him warm.
Okay, where are you putting this
So-
fire?
Nam will put it. Where's the place that looks like it shouldn't immediately burst into flames?
The entire floor looks like it should immediately burst into flames.
Shut up!
Well,
Well, actually.
Sadie, baby, do not step on the keyboard.
Button!
Sadie, do it! Do it, Sadie! Is Dragonborn breath magical?
Yes.
Okay, then.
Yes.
So, if I breathe fire, it should be magical ice and not regular ice, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then. So, Nam is going to aim... Little fucker right now. Right here, and he's going to do his ice breath. At the floor. At the floor.
So he's
Roll
just
for
like
it.
standing in the spot and okay.
Yeah.
Nah, you don't really need to do any rolls. So yeah, you look down at the floor, you open your jaw, and a wisp of magic frost comes from your open mouth, and it covers the floor in frost. It's not quite as blue as the ones outside, but it looks pretty solid.
All right, he'll stack the wood on there, and then he'll light it on fire and pray.
The whole building catches fire and we all die.
Yeah, pretty much. So I think that's it. Unless Sadie is now attacking her lovely owner.
No, she's
No,
just wandering.
Okay, good. Just want to make sure. And
Fire.
Woo! Fire!
Fuego!
With that, Nam will look towards the kobold and go like, "You need a hand, little one."
Huh?
Charles closer to the fire.
This
Yeah.
one record your assistance. Looking for a bag.
All right. Whatever. Can you tell me what it looks like?
Just sort of scrambles over to Nom, grabs one of his hands, and does Nom wear like gauntlets or something or no?
For this occurrence, yes, he has gauntlets.
Richard's gonna like try to remove one of the gauntlets,
Mhm.
and then he's gonna just sort of like tap on his scales and say, "This pattern, but black."
Oh, great. Oh, wonderful. Well, I guess time to start looking.
Larry is gonna take the
Outside of-
blankets from the bed and wrap Charles in them next to the fire. Don't mind.
Size
Okay.
of but really heavy.
Duly noted.
Yeah, moving Charles closer to the flame, you can tell he's relaxing a bit more. He doesn't feel quite as tense or is trying to ball up as much as he was previously. And once you do get him to the fire, he basically sort of like nears as close as he can without burning himself on it, while also sort of wrapping you around, wrapping his tail around you.
Aw, my good little boy.
Is a lizard.
Yeah,
He's
My-
a cute lizard.
yeah, he is. Cuter than that ugly lizard over there.
There's 2 lizards now.
Richard will mutter something under his breath and cast Speak with Animals.
Not allowed to speak with my baby.
So Nam is going to be looking for the bag. Shall I roll?
Yes, please give me investigation.
Yes, I shall right now.
Richard.
Oh god damn it!
Doesn't seem like anyone's good at finding anything in here.
Can we say that Richard is helping him?
Are you helping him, or are you speaking with Charles? Or are you casting the spell? Rather.
He's helping me, please.
He's gonna be helping him because Nam is a demigod and the lizard is a lizard. He can talk to the lizard anytime he fucking wants.
Okay.
Thank
Fuck's
God.
sake.
Holy shit! This is great!
I can't. So, giving the room a quick peek around, Nam, you like look in the 2 obvious spaces, the chest and the desk, and give up basically. Dick, on the other hand, he's a bit lower to the ground, so he can actually see under the bed, and under there you do see a slight glistening from the fire. Reach your eyes.
Like essentially a weird monitor lizard that's a little bit too tall. He's just gonna go on all 4s and just scamper under the bed.
What the fuck are you doing?
It's like a rat.
Nam is
Like-
thrown off by this behavior.
Like, you know that weird run that like monitor lizards do, where it's like that side to side skitter.
Yes. You know
That's literally what Richard does.
Oh, that is not helping us appreciate this image any more than we already are.
So crawling underneath the bed, you look around for a little bit, and you are able to locate your sack. It doesn't look like he really put much effort into hiding it or moving it after he had sort of backstabbed you there. So he just sort of tossed it under there. Some of your items are scattered along the floor as the top of the bag was opened.
He's going to remain under there for a little bit and just like be gathering all this stuff, making sure everything's in there, and then takes out the necromancer's skull, stares at it. "You going back too?" And then sticks his back.
Nam's going to be watching from outside, from a little distance from the bed, going, "What the fuck is going on?
Thing's kind of creepy.
What in the fuck?"
It is.
Yeah, like the bag itself is about like the size of.
I mean, all we're hearing is you talking to yourself under a bed, because we're all
Yeah.
taller than the bed, so we can't
Okay,
see
you
you.
only
with-
hear,
Yeah.
"You're going back too."
Exactly. That's
We're
all
hearing
we
that.
hear.
We're hearing that and him scrambling under the bed for shit. That's all
Yeah,
we're hearing.
Exactly. So it's kind of like,
After sounding freaking ominous, Richard's gonna scramble back out with a small black, what appears to be dragon scale bag, about the size of Nam's fist, and is then going to attach it to his waist and scramble back up onto the Dragonborn's shoulder like the creepy parrot he apparently has become. Whether it be to Nam's joy or chagrin.
Nam is frankly horrified to the point of not really responding too much to this.
But if he can't, does he notice that Nam appears a bit injured?
I mean, he's dinged up a little bit.
Yeah, you can see like a cut on his arm. It's not a big or life-threatening one, but a
cut
cut.
on his butt.
He's gonna touch
but-
the butt.
The creepy lizard thing that Richard frickin' is, he's actually gonna climb down partially onto the arm and poke the wound and cast Cure Wounds on it.
He should lick it.
No, he shouldn't.
That sounds like what Richard would do. Is he'd spit
Careful,
on
you'll
it.
catch rabies now.
Yeah.
He'd
Oh,
spit
really?
on his hand and then slap it.
Yes.
Okay, you know, like creepily long forked tongue monitor lizards have.
Nom is
Yeah.
not a bit.
That,
Nom is
that goes down
appreciating
into
this.
the wound and casts Cure Wounds on you.
Nom is appreciating this treatment less and less. By the second.
Staying with it?
I don't know.
He asks in Larry's head.
Sorry, repeat that?
Is this thing staying with us?
I really hope not. It's really gross. I've been working really hard, if you've noticed, to not get super grossed out by things.
Yeah.
But,
He's making it hard.
Yep.
He's really
I'm not used
good
to
at
this
it.
life.
Nom is going to shudder as the wound heals. Thank you, I guess.
If he was in regular clothes and not just rags, it'd be one thing, but...
He looks like all the worst parts of Nom.
Put into one thing, yeah.
Oh, I hate you both too.
She's talking in her head!
I know.
You can't hear dick, bitch.
Oh, he can hear Dick. He wishes he couldn't, though.
Richard's a little creepy.
Little bit.
Richard is really creepy. Let's hope this doesn't last long.
He's
Maybe
become-
he'll die. Maybe he'll get squid. Can we feed him to Arnie?
God.
Oh my god.
I feel like Arnie would find him tasty.
You know, I've been playing. I've been joking about feeding Shinzo to the Lami for the longest time. But can we not actually? Oh my god. Can we move on? Can we move on? We're getting all tied up in our jokes right now.
Yeah. So your arm was healed. The internal shit talking between Nala and Larry. During that, Charles, seeming to have received a bit of a burst of energy from the heat, stands back up, sort of shrugging the blanket from the bed off, and is looking at you, looking ready to go. Larry.
Okay, bud. Let's climb through this tower.
Through the tires.
Through the tires. Do that agility course, boy.
So I'm guessing we leave the tower.
Yep.
No.
We
we-
meander quickly out of the tower.
God. Can we agree upon a meeting spot this time?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let's get out of the cold.
Yes.
I guess we can go to the.
I think I remember seeing a plaza to the west of the tower.
Okay.
I'll try to meet you there.
Sounds good.
Wonderful.
Well, this one will go with Demigod.
Okay. Alright, so, Quiet One, are you coming with us or with them? You speaking to
Shinzo will look at Nam with a look of, oh my god. Just sort of close his eyes. This one will go with friendly people. And follow after Larry.
Get fucked, Nom. He doesn't think you're friendly.
I can't blame him for that one.
Not wrong.
No, he's not.
All right, so you all walk out of the tower. I'm trying to figure out who it is, but You know who you are. As you step out, the cold really bites into whatever open flesh you have. As I would assume, none of you have really been clothed to be prepared
Yeah.
for temperatureless like this.
Negative
Taking
100
a
degrees.
pretty much. Starting to make your way to the West Plaza that Nam had mentioned. Sorry, Dick, you notice that you aren't being bothered by the sun. In fact, looking up, you can see there's a very, very heavy overcast of clouds currently that is allowing you to not experience the usual pain from the sunlight.
Richard.
Why
is
did
going
you choose to run
smile.
this character in a desert? Is my serious question.
Because there are abilities that kobolds get that make him so he's not total shit. Okay?
Okay.
Plus, saving throw spells are a thing.
For reasons and things.
And the hilariousness of something that believes a character is a god.
No.
Walking out for about a couple of minutes as you get to the bridge that crosses the hole that was made previously. It's basically been frozen over as the entire gorge below has basically been entirely filled with ice.
There's totally not going to be any bad repercussions from this.
Never.
No.
We haven't messed up an entire
course not.
ecosystem.
Nope.
Totally not.
We're perfect.
Yep. As soon as you all cross the bridge, Nam, you start to notice like a more colder dripping of water on the top of your head. Looking up, and you start to see that it's actually begun to snow.
Oh,
I was gonna
it's
say,
just like home.
Richard is going to just sort of raise his hands up, just sort of like look at the weird snow that comes down and hits him. As this would be the first time Richard has ever seen snow.
Same with Noah.
Noah.
Yeah.
Nick, I have a question. Has literally seen snow? I don't know anything about the climate from where she's from.
I mean, if she's from an island close... Oh, wait, no, she's from up there. Yeah, she would have seen snow at least once or twice.
This is why I asked you and not Thonin.
Yeah, he would have had a better idea.
Yeah. From where she's from, yeah. At least a few times. Before coming down to Hadrim and never seeing it again.
Yep.
Until now.
I mean, she's only been in Hadrim from that boat ride, so.
Yeah.
About a week and a half at this point.
Yup.
More or less.
So, Thonin, where am I, rather?
Where is everyone?
Where am I?
Who did I just grab? I didn't grab anyone.
You
Um,
grabbed Charles.
Got Charles. Good job.
Oops.
The lizard.
Smith.
Okay, yeah. All
Wrong
currently
lizard.
about right there.
Oh, okay. Okay.
As the snow starts to fall. It's not a heavy snowfall. About what you would see on a normal winter's day. For
Does
the
it,
people who have seen winter.
does it seem widespread or just like around that thing that exploded?
Go ahead and give me a perception.
Hey,
Giving it a good look.
Woo!
over a 10.
Giving it a good look around you, you can actually see it snow up next to the large building over here as well. It looks like it's It looks like it's widespread over the town, as far as you can tell.
Okay.
First time seeing snow.
This one never saw such things. Heard of what people called White Death.
Oh.
Kobold not good at dealing with snow.
Might be talking about an avalanche, but Yeah. Enjoy it. It's pretty.
What is this white stuff, Lily? She's from a volcano island. She has no idea.
I'm back.
That makes sense why there was no answer.
Sorry, I said I was going.
I did not hear. I apologize.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't hear either.
What was the question?
Oh, no, I was asking what this white stuff falling from the sky is.
Oh, Larry is going to look up and kind of close her eyes and let like a few like snowflakes fall on her face and just kind of enjoy it and have nice memories for a hot minute of like her and her older siblings playing in the snow. And then she's going to take a deep breath and then say to Noah in her head, "This is snow. I guess if you're from here, you've never seen it. It's rain, but when it's cold." She kind of shrugs. I don't know how else to describe snow.
Well, I guess experience it with your senses then.
Larry is going to hold out her tongue and try to catch a snowflake on her tongue.
Okay, it's not hard. There's a lot of snow falling around, and it tastes like a droplet of water. Nothing strange or anything about it.
No
She will.
No. Do not freeze instantaneously as it touches your tongue.
She sighs. We should find a place inside. This isn't going to be comfortable for long.
Not if it keeps up like this.
She's gonna look to Nam and say, "So you were the one that was over here, right? Is there any buildings or stuff we could go in?"
There is a place, and yes, that is where the old man's probably waiting for us. Yes, he
Okay.
probably wants to know what happened.
And why it's snowing?
Well, that as well, yes.
Ooh, I'm a fire ganassi.
Yes, I'm sure you'll buy it this time.
Richard just goes, "Old man," and tilts his head. Does he know of the people who live here?
He knew
Does he know that they know of him?
No, they have no clue that you exist. But you knew that they existed, but you never interacted with them. They were just pointed out by the necromancer.
They'll give us a place to stay at for a little bit, probably. Maybe they'll even know if the undead outside the walls have stopped fighting finally, and we can get the hell out of here.
Richard, you gotta go check.
My original offer. Oh wait, I'm still inside someone's head. So yeah, she'll tell Larry like my original offer of just trying to consume whatever that is still stands. If we think that it'll just make things worse letting it sit there.
She's gonna sigh. Let's. I think. I need to focus. Let's go inside and then we can figure it out from there, okay?
Sounds good.
Because I need to get Charles inside and you can't go over there without me.
Yes.
Okay. Lead the way, Nam.
As you say. Now we'll lead them there best to his abilities.
We get lost halfway through.
Exactly.
It's not hard to refine the building as it being a bank. And one of the few buildings that's still standing. You can see it out from the distance.
It's fairly large.
Yeah, going up to it, you actually do see a couple of people standing outside around it, sort of looking up to the sky, looking out at the tower, all with very quizzical faces, looks on their faces. One of them notices you, and he approaches you guys. Look at him. He is a tiefling. He is a dark. He's dark blue, with looks like both of his horns have been scraped off, with a very stern expression on his face. He's got seems like a brownish robe currently on as he approaches you guys. What?
Okay, Literally is going to smile and wave and walk over with Charles.
Nom's just going to follow along, staying silent and keeping an eye on things.
Literally will take the lead.
There she was.
Yeah, so he gets to you guys, and he juts a finger out and like waves it over. All of you, you responsible for this?
You mean the snow?
Yes, the snow and the ice and the what the hell?
It started happening after we killed
the necromancer.
Yeah, we killed the necromancer at the top of the tower.
and then this started happening.
Yeah.
Wait, you killed Stevrin?
If he was the guy that was in the tower, then yes.
Yes, the asshole.
Yeah, all right, there we go. The dickwad. Thank you.
Yep.
Who are you people? Ow.
We're gonna look around and try to see if she sees the old man and the boy.
Boy.
Looking around, they do not appear to be a part of the crowd.
Does anyone remember their names?
Very unlikely. Very unlikely.
Okay, Larily's gonna say, we met the old dude and his kid with the bow. We're travelers. We're looking for someone named, and she's gonna poke Noah. Talvor. We were hoping he'd be in the tower. He was not.
That didn't.
It was good for his health that he was not.
Yeah, no, I mean, glad he's... You know what? She's gonna look back. Anyway, so, while we were in there, we thought, just kill the big bad guy. She kind of smiles.
He was the big bad guy, right?
And then when he died, he kind of fell out of the tower with this crystal thing, and then it fell on the ground and did all this. In her head, she's like, we definitely didn't push it out the window. Nope. This has all happened accidentally.
Nom's just sighing, going why did you have to mention the crystal?
Because if they go it! Whatever. Anyway.
He's looking at you, sort of his jaw just sort of opened as you were telling the partial tale there. And you know what? I want you all to give me a perception check, please.
Do I get advantage since I have a Noah inside me?
I am assisting.
Yes, you do. 18, 13,
Nice
19.
sexy girlfriend making me feel better.
Congrats, Lee, on rolling higher than a 10.
Thank you.
Alright, so Noah and Dick. As she's telling this, you hear her mention the name Torval. What was it again? Torval? Yeah, Torval.
Talvor.
Talvor. And the both of you do notice a slight shift in the crowd. from what looks to be a young boy who was previously very enthralled with the snow, but the second he heard that name, he sort of like his eyes shifts to look at you guys.
I kind of poke
The creepy
in
skullmaster.
my head again and say, does this look like him?
It looks like what Arnie showed me.
Talvor! She points at the kid. Your bug man is looking for you.
No, I'm just gonna keep rubbing his
And
face.
if he's gonna run, Laramie will catch him. Laramie is done with this shit right now.
And
She
this is
needs
when
to
we
get her.
and this is when we upgraded to actual kidnappers.
I mean,
She's not kidnapping him yet.
I can assist with that situation.
Yet.
Oh, please excuse my ward here.
You're on,
She
Sally.
is exhausted after the fearsome battle she had with the necromancer.
I mean, this is some
Yes,
epic conversation
I'm
music,
so tired. She just like puts the back of her hand to her head and like fade and like leans back against Charles.
Could we please have a little bit of can we have a place to rest inside while she regains her energy, and then we can talk about this?
Fine. That's perfectly fine. Just come on. Don't.
Thank you
And,
very, very
The
much.
tiefling leads you guys up to the bank. Sorry, my leg's fucking cramping right now, really badly.
Perfect.
And he leads you guys into the bank. Some of the people who are standing outside follow in. Most of them bugging you with all of them basically asking questions as like, "Are we free to go yet? Is that bastard Stavron taking care of?" Things like that. And it does look like the young man that you and Richard and Noah saw does follow inside, remaining silent. Holy fuck, this hurts.
How are people looking at Richard right now, given he's wearing a skull mask and a black tattered robe and looks like somebody came out of a sewer?
They're not really looking at you per se. They're mostly looking at the group itself. Like, honestly, most of them just think you're a big fucking parrot. But most of they don't really pay much mind as to your appearance.
That's how weird it was
More
with the parrot.
curious.
It wears a cloak, okay? It has a cloak of elven kind. It's a very shifty parrot,
Oh,
okay?
shit.
After
Baby,
all,
are you
dog-
okay?
He cramped.
Okay, sorry, this
No,
is
no,
actually hurting. I'm like
Sorry,
stretching it out, but it's.
Horse.
Get a pillowcase, fill it with ice, and put it against your cramping leg. Jesus.
I would love to, but I can't walk right now. I'm
How
pretty
about you
sure I
ask-
fall.
How about you ask the 3 other people in the house to help you?
I did. I texted one of them.
Get a pillowcase, fill it with ice, and slam it into your hurting leg. It will stop hurting. Trust me.
Totally. Multiple
You just have to
times.
slam it hard enough.
Just get
The-
Satan to claw your eyes out,
Yes.
then you'll be distracted from the pain.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Fuck me. Ow. Okay. Yep. All right. Just give me a second then.
You just need to massage out your leg.
Yeah. I'm just gonna a quick impromptu break as I deal with this. Fuck.
That's fine. I gotta go to the bathroom anyway, so we'll be back.
Sorry. I don't know why it just started cramping out of goddamn nowheres.
Don't worry.
Probably
This
just the way that you moved your foot.
Please enjoy these pandas as we go on a brief.
Brief pain intermission. Brief pain intermission.
Considering what just happened, this is actually a pretty good spot to take just a little bit of rest. God damn it.
So is this official break or?
It is an official break.
A break long enough that yes, you can come in here.
Yes.
We are happy to have you.
I'm in the process of making sugar cookies, and I'm trying to make them neon purple.
Ooh,
I am both.
hot.
Hold on, I got a picture for this. There we go. There we go.
I probably should have added the food coloring back when I whipped the when I creamed the sugar and butter together, but oh well, hindsight.
Would have helped.
Now I'm just kind of mixing the cookies by hand with the dye, and I don't know how well this is going to work because I may end up with dyed hands.
You will definitely end up with dyed hands.
Yes. Good luck.
Just be glad it's not blue. Purple is bad, but it's not that bad. Blue never leaves.
Tell me about it. Considering I make cakes and I get cake dye on my hands often, I actually found out that the finger scanner we have for our work clock, yeah, if you get blue on your hands, you cannot use the fingerprint scanner to clock out.
So what do you have to do instead of scanning?
There is
Right.
an ID. There is an ID number that the manager can put in. But the last time I just told my manager, "Hey, I've got dye on my hands that is keeping me from clocking out," and he just told me that he'd just have a paper for me to sign, and I could go.
That's good.
So yeah.
And now I want cookies. God damn it.
Talking to Anna always makes me want something sweet, because she's sweet.
But this session is taking a turn.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Just like, hey you! Your bug's looking for you!
Literally is going to be the
Ooh,
death of
get it.
Nam.
Ooh,
Larry
Got a
is
bug.
the queen of subtlety.
Oh, yes. Meanwhile, Nam's going like, oh god, no, please no.
I get the feeling these are going to end up tie-dye cookies at this rate.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
Yeah, that's definitely not a bad thing.
Just with how much I'm having to knead the dye into the dough.
Just make it be tie-dye, that's awesome.
Yeah, I do it for cupcakes all the time.
Yeah, see?
Cupcakes are lit.
And now I want cupcakes. What else are you two going to make me want before we're finished here, are we?
Chips.
So sweet and tasty cupcakes. Don't be too hasty cupcakes.
Fuck it, I'm grabbing Kiss Kiss.
Sorry. I got that stuck in my head now.
love
That's
you.
what you get.
Muffins, so sweet and tasty muffins. Don't be too hasty muffins. Oh, by the way, does anyone else watch Escape the Night?
I forgot, is that just YouTube Red?
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a YouTube original.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't watch that 'cause it's YouTube Red.
Oh.
Yeah. Is it good though?
Oh yeah. Zach and I just finished season 3, and we're hyped for season 4.
Nice.
Well, first Escape the Night took place in a house that the entire setting was 1920s and 30s.
So I recall from the ads for it. Haven't seen anything for it since then though.
Season 2 was Victorian era, and you've got vampires and fairy tales and all kinds of fantasy stuff going on,
Yeah.
including steampunk.
Yes. Okay. I'm on board.
What are we speaking
And
of?
season 3 was a small town 1970s carnival.
I am on the fence with that one.
Which involved pretty much a demon of hell trapping, creating servants using different items. It was interesting.
What are we talking about?
Escape the Night.
Sounds like it'd make a
Okay,
really,
back.
really interesting campaign actually.
Never heard.
The whole thing behind it is pretty much to continue. You start off with, I think, 10 or 12 people, and you pretty much have to sacrifice one person each time to complete the task.
Hey, Nick.
Shit.
I have things to think of.
But I'll tell you this, by the end of season 3, the reason I'm so hyped for it is pretty much they are bringing back everyone that died in seasons 1 through 3.
That's gonna be a lot of people.
Considering that at the end of each season, only a max of 3 end up leaving. Yeah.
Is season
Well-
4 expected to be? You better sound
Looks like I don't need to worry about watching the rest of this.
What?
Alright.
My parents brought me Brussels sprouts. That's the best they got.
Aw, they care for you.
Frozen Brussels sprouts?
Oh, god damn it.
Yeah. Brussels sprouts.
Well, then at
That's
least
the
it's still
worst.
frozen.
That's the worst place to get dye.
I can think of a few places worse.
I ended up getting it under my
Walmart.
fingernail.
Yeah, I can think of a few places worse than that.
Okay,
Some
my cookies are gonna
sensitive
be
places.
purple.
I'm back. The animals have been fed.
Yay, food for the pets.
Yay. The pets have been fed. I am in semi-pain, but I will live.
Yay, it's back working.
Have you had a
Right.
Charlie horse before?
I have. I sometimes wake up with them. It depends on what I did the previous day. And I guess today I just...
Just
I
one
don't know.
of
There's
those
probably
days.
just too much work,
Yeah.
basically.
Massage it out.
Okay.
Squishy, squishy.
Yeah.
Eat flesh.
Good luck with the guy, by the way, Hannah.
At least it only got under my fingernail and I've maybe got a couple dots on my palm. I'll be fine.
Yeah, it's not too...
But I'll leave you guys get back to it. Have fun. I'll let you know when the cookies are done.
Yay!
Hey.
Oh,
Did you say Daijobu?
Hey.
Weeb.
Daijoubu.
Okay.
Oni daijoubu.
I learned to
My
not
dad
question
is-
things.
oh my god. My dad went to go get Tide Pods out of the bag and Lacey jumped and was like so excited for a treat.
Oh boy.
I don't think
Oh,
she wants
God.
that as a treat.
No, she didn't get any, did she?
No, of course not. I'm not
Hell
gonna
no.
poison my dog.
Oh, of
Right?
course. Sorry, I
somebody-
thought you said that she jumped like at the bag and knocked it out of his hands or something.
Oh.
That's what
No,
I
no,
thought.
no. She jumped up, but my dad is taller than
Yeah.
Ray. So
Yeah.
I believe if the dog managed to get any of the Tide Pods, we wouldn't be having this discussion with Lee right now, would
yeah,
we?
No,
no,
we
Lee
wouldn't.
would be gone.
Okay.
No
Yeah.
notice. Just gone.
The
Just
session may
say.
have been postponed at this point if that were the
Yeah.
case.
Yeah.
This is the map. That is the map. Okay, cool.
It's the map, it's the map, it's the map.
I'm the map.
It's the map. Oh.
Here's
I'm the map. Ignore these people. They don't exist.
I mean, technically,
Uh,
one of them was. Unless Gaius disappeared on the way down like the traitor he is. I don't know.
Oh no, he's gone. You guys haven't seen him at all. He left straight up.
Who gives a fuck?
Oh, he literally walked down out of the tower, left his warhammer, and then left.
I was
okay.
I was about to say actually, is it too late for me to say that I picked up his Warhammer?
No.
No, it is not.
Hey, Warhammer for me.
Worst thing about it is he's probably down there when the fucking crystal hit the ground. Actually, no, never mind. That wouldn't have been possible.
It weighs about 40 kilograms.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot. Nom is an Olympian, basically.
Yeah, no.
No, Nom is fine. He can hold that.
So you could say it weighs about 40k.
I hate you.
Oh my god.
He's
Jump off the
essentially
cliff.
40
Die.
to 80 pounds.
God damn it.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
It's
Don't lie
essentially
to us.
double the weight.
With that lovely joke,
Don't.
you
Whoa,
guys
whoa,
have
whoa.
led. What?
Don't
What?
call that a lovely joke.
Lovely joke. You've all the tiefling leads you all into the building that that the villagers have been using as a safe haven. Most of them following in and going to the respective tents in the back, collecting their stuff just to sort of go out and take a look. A few of them staying behind and going out to basically see what the situation is. The tiefling leads you guys in, and the young boy follows, not taking his eyes off of Laramie.
His name was Brahm.
What?
His
What?
name was Brahm.
Who's
He's not
Brom?
talking about Brahm.
Brahm is the young
Yes.
boy.
No, not this.
No,
this
not
young
that.
boy.
Oh, the other young boy, the one that me and Dick saw. Right.
Yes. That
one-
young boy and the old man are nowhere to be seen right now.
Yeah, we're talking about the child that Larry almost threatened to kidnap in front of
I see.
everybody.
She didn't say that out loud.
I mean,
I said almost. Almost.
it was pretty close.
She thought about it. So no
Yeah, I
one
heard.
knows about it.
She only thought about it. Anyways, continue. Sorry.
Gonna be the creepiest parrot he can be.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
The tiefling leads you guys in and just gestures and just, well, this is basically where we've all been staying for the past 4-ish months. So if you want, make yourselves at home, or don't. It's not really my concern. Just, oh yeah, oopsies.
What's it say?
That isn't even epic news. Oh yes, it is.
Yeah. I'm like, guys, this is really epic music for just conversation. Are we getting into a fight? Like, is there a monster coming that we don't know about?
The young boy wishes to fight you.
Turns into a glob resu demon. Shit!
Is it warm in here? Or is there a fire somewhere?
Oh,
Yeah.
look, now
Stepping
look
in, you can-
around at the dozens of fire sources.
I didn't say this out loud, I was asking!
I know. I'm saying now I'm just looking around right now at the dozens of fire sources.
Yeah, there's 2 large braziers on the left and right side. The little blue lights, while they probably don't produce much, they probably do produce their own little heat. Stepping in, it does feel very comfortably warm.
Let's go over to the big lights.
Hey, Arnold.
Lights.
That's gonna get confusing a little bit.
What is?
Big time of being named Arnold. My last name.
What?
Anyway,
I'm so sorry, Nick.
why are you talking as...
What?
Never mind.
As I was there.
I'm gonna jump off a cliff.
Don't do it.
No.
You're too young.
So we all go into this corner and warm up a bit.
Yeah,
Yes.
warm up the Charles.
You do that, and you see the young boy who's been following you go off to the closest tent to also gather his things with the rest, but he never stops staring at your guys' group. Charles feels very, very comfortable where he is, and he sort of just lies down next to the fire, closing his eyes.
Give him a
No,
rest.
stay with Charles. Larry's gonna go over to the boy. She's not gonna be as rude.
Whatever.
I am with
Take me to boy. Where
God.
boy?
Boy.
Boy.
I mean,
I didn't see
girl,
boy.
meet boy.
God.
Larry's
Yeah.
gonna smile. Hello, small child.
Hello there. How can I help you,
Are you
pretty lady?
Aww, Lily's gonna like put her hand over her heart. Aww, are you she's gonna ask, what was it again? I didn't hear you. Talvor, are you Talvor by chance?
Not exactly. I'm Dylan Scamper.
Okay, do you know a Talvor? Because you look like Talvor.
He nods his head rapidly. Yeah, that's me father. That's not father. That's me dad. Me dad. Fuck it.
Me
Pa.
Oh,
Me
Me
pa.
papa. Me papa.
that would make sense
Pop.
why you look like him. Do you know where your dad is? Can I speak to him? Oh, this is gonna be a sore subject, isn't it?
He's dead.
Oh! In her head, she's like, fuck! Do you know about the, bug that your dad knew?
Bug.
Big bug boy? Or, what was his race
Arnie.
again?
Oh,
Arnie! Did you know an Arnie?
So when you say that, his eyes light up a bit, and he looks and he says, "You know Arnie?"
Yeah, that's the bug guy I mentioned. He's with us. Well, he's outside of the city with our stuff. He's looking for, I guess, you? I don't know. She just kind of shrugs. He told us about someone named Talvor, and that he came this way, and that he wanted us to help find his friend. So we came this way to find Arnie's friend.
He looked like, as like you're talking about Talvar, he looks sort of confused, but as you mentioned that, he nods his head and he's like, "Oh, right." And he's like, "Yeah, I met him a few months, I don't know how long exactly, but it's been a while. Back when I was on the slave caravan."
Oh!
is father a slaver?
I don't know. I feel like that's a bad thing to ask.
Or was he a
I'm not gonna ask that question, Noah.
I'm just thinking, I can't really hold my thoughts to myself.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I love you.
I'm sorry for the confusion, ma'am. I used my father's name to seem tougher when I ran across him, because he scared me.
Oh, that makes sense. Well, he really loves you. Like, a lot.
Yeah. He's a
and
rad guy kind of hoe.
he's waiting for you. I'm sure he'd love to see you. I don't know if you want to see him, but
Yeah, I would love to see him again. I don't really have anyone right now. He says as he's like just holding like a very simple backpack that's just made from torn clothing.
well, you got Arnie. Trust me.
I mean, isn't everyone's here kind of been stuck here together? So aren't they all gonna kind of just leave together? So
Yeah, what? Sorry, she's gonna start talking like he can hear Noah and then remember that he can't. And be like, oh, couldn't you just stay with everyone else from the group? Or are they...
I mean, I could, but and he like sort of hesitates and like scratches the back of his head, and he just looks to the floor for a second, looking back. He's like, I would still like to see if Arnie's okay.
Of course, we've been keeping him safe.
I was meaning more in the
I
sense of
hope.
couldn't Arnie go with this entire group and help protect them?
Oh, I mean, Arnie could go with you guys and keep you guys safe once we get to him. He's a good bodyguard.
Yeah,
Help you get
I could
wherever
ask
you're
him.
going. Yeah.
Guess
I
we
know
don't
he
have to
might
worry
be
about
a
these people at all.
at least then you'll have some sort of protection.
Yeah, and I could prove to the other kids that I wasn't lying.
She's gonna put her hand over her heart again and just like she's like in her head she's like, oh, he's so cute.
There is some squeeing from Noah as well because the emotion is a bit infectious.
Okay, of course. Well, whenever all of you are ready, I guess we'll head out that way and then we'll lead you to Arnie and then you can go in whatever direction you go and we'll go in whatever direction we go. Does that sound fair?
That's perfectly okay with that, Miss Pretty Lady.
She gives him a thumbs up and smiles as he calls her pretty again.
Shouldn't
I
we talk
asked-
with the other people too to make sure they're okay with that plan?
Yes, let's go talk. She says yes out loud because she's thinking Noah's there because it's really hard for her. She's like, yes, let's go talk to... Is the tiefling guy in charge? Who's in charge?
It was a tall blue man. Is that... He had stumps on his head?
Yes, that's a tiefling, like me! Except I'm prettier. She smiles. Is he in charge of this this group of you guys?
He nods a little rapidly.
Okay, then let's go talk to him, huh, kiddo?
And you could still see him across the room. He just sort of walked into this tent over here as he's gathering his things. His back is currently to you guys.
Okay, let's go. Pop.
Poof.
Pop.
Alright,
Anything the rest of you, the demigod and the little lizard,
God.
doing currently?
is that what we're gonna have to call?
No, no, please no.
9.
I mean,
Shinzo's not nearby, is he?
Shinzo probably felt pretty iffy about entering to the place, and would have told Larily Noah that he was going to be staying where they were staying the previous night.
Well,
Or
then
we
I
could
guess.
just stay outside.
Well, I guess I'm just gonna.
Yeah, Kitty, enjoy the snow.
Petting Charles.
Meanwhile, Richard is going to try to find the darkest corner of this area and is then going to curl up in a circle.
The darkest corner would be under the brazier.
Nom will be watching the kobold with a very concerned gaze.
Oh my god.
Okay. So you three technically, approach the blue tiefling, as it seems he's stuffing various what looks to be rolled up parchments of paper into a scroll case.
Hello!
Quick question: how many people are here besides the however many of us there are?
Besides you guys, it looks to be about 11.
Okay, and that's including Mr. Dillon.
That is including Mr. Dillon. Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Baby boy. Okay. Larily is going to smile and say, "Hello, sir. I'm sorry, I didn't introduce myself. My name is Larily." She's going to hold out her hand and smile.
Without turning around, he's just gonna continue packing and just say, Prismius, what do you want?
Well, we were talking to what was the name of the boy again? I'm horrible with names.
You did
No.
just meet him, so.
Yeah.
I,
I mean,
can't remember Talvor though.
legitimately, you do have Noah inside your head who just tells you the name. So
This is gonna be this is literally his character trait. This isn't me. This is
Right.
There you go.
Of course not.
So-
Why would it be
This
you?
is I was talking to Dylan and our friend who is out of here. He is a what race is he? What is Arnie?
Umber Hulk.
Umber Hulk?
Oh.
An Umber Hulk. We have an Umber Hulk that's friends with Dylan, who's
He can
waiting
speak
for
common.
us.
Or at least understand it.
He's waiting for Dylan on the outside, and us, of course, on the outside of the main entrance to town. So he's very, very nice. He speaks a little common. Well, he writes in common more. It's complicated. But he's a very, very sweet boy. He would not harm a fly unless they tried to harm Dylan or touch Dylan's stuff or anything like that. She just kind of blinks a few times, slightly annoyed, but then, like, 'cause this guy can't see her.
Yeah, he's still got his back to you guys.
So, we were thinking that you and your, band of people down here could come with us to get Arnie. Then you all could use Arnie as bodyguard as you go wherever you guys plan to go.
He picks up his pack and slings it across his back, and he turns to look at you, and he just goes, well, if he wants to go with you, that's up to him. He isn't even a part of the group. He stumbled on our path, half-starved in the desert several months ago before we walked into this hellhole of a village. We were planning on trying to rebuild this place, but seeing this insane change of climate, I don't know how plausible that is, so I don't know how we could. I don't know how useful we could use such a creature, but if he wants to bring him back, that's fine, so long as he doesn't harm anyone that doesn't deserve it, or that I say doesn't need to be harmed.
Arnie would never harm anyone that didn't harm Dylan or his stuff. She repeats everything she has previously said. Now, but so you want us to meet you back here with him, or have Dylan meet you back here with him, or where are you guys going?
Well, for now, we're just gonna survey and see what has happened to the town, and I guess we're still technically gonna be using this as a home base since it's one of the few buildings still standing here. So I guess bringing him back here is perfectly acceptable.
Okay. She looks at Dylan and says, if we get you to Arnie, do you think you and Arnie couldn't get back here on your own, or do you need our help to bring you back here?
I think I could find this place. I could lead Arnie to it.
Great. Well then, you are welcome to ride on my lizard until we get there. Until we get to Arnie. My dad's making a comment. I hate him. So let's go.
Family love.
Literally just kind of like slaps her leg slightly in a way of like kind of slapping Noah because she can't. It's frustrating that she cannot physically harm Noah.
Yes, this is what happens.
He looks up to you and is like, you have a lizard?
Yes, his name is Charles. She shows him to Charles. He's over here.
He steps around the corner and points at Noah. He Charles?
Noah isn't.
You mean
No,
Nom?
no. Fuck.
No, the big lizard on the ground. The one covered in the
Oh.
tent.
Okay, that one.
Yeah, no,
He
the
says-
other lizard walks and talks. He's a gross lizard.
Gross lizard that rides on its shoulder.
Yeah. That she does remember to think in her head without saying out loud. Let's go down and tell everyone what we have plans. She walks down. So
He
we
follows.
found Arnie's buddy.
Ignore the fact that it's just a sitting elf. Ignore that.
He grew 2 times in size that day.
So this is
Ooh.
Arnie's friend. We're gonna bring him to
Yeah.
Arnie, and then him and Arnie are gonna come back here.
Charming.
Ready to go?
Well, I am. I don't know about our new acquaintance. Knob's going to motion under the bazaar at this. Whatever the fuck it's called.
Treasure.
Yeah. that thing.
Brusher.
Bazaar.
The brazier.
The
You're
bra.
the one you're his god, so literally.
I am not a god. Knob's going to say with a tone of finality.
This is not a god.
Richard.
Demigod.
Right. Wow.
Nom is going to glare at Larry and just remain silent.
Gonna smile and pat him on the head and say,
Don't touch me,
"Have
please.
fun with that." No. After all we've been through, I get to pat you on the head if I want to,
Oh my god.
or I will Ray and Frost your ass.
Oh yes, that will do so much to me.
Actually, it will.
Seeing the fact that Nom does not like being pat on the head, Richard is going to just sort of scamper around, climb up the back of Nom's leg, up onto his shoulder, and then onto his head, and sit there in a manner of, "You shall not touch his head."
Literally backs up and
Nom
like crinkles
is-
her nose. Ew.
Nom is both appreciative and still very much disturbed.
Well, let's go. Larry climbs onto Charles's back, pats behind her for the boy for Dylan to climb on, and then
The boy!
the boy.
Different boy.
Then
God
leads
damn it.
Charles out into the world quickly out into the world to go back to where they left Arnie in the cart. Let's hope they
Yeah.
died.
Yeah.
Let's hope Arnie didn't leave with the cart.
It would have been at the first spot, so
You have to go find the map that we left them on.
yeah, I'm trying to remember. Was it at the cave or was it at the very beginning of
It was
No,
right.
the
Right,
road?
right at the entrance of the city. Right at the gates.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our first interaction with them skellies. I think it was
Yeah,
just
we-
before that.
We
Okay, I
left them
forgot this
to
one.
not get attacked by the skelly bones.
Yes.
Hopefully the the camels aren't dead.
Hopefully,
Arnie was hungry. Arnie
Arnie-
was hungry. And that's
I was
happened.
smart enough to feed them because there was food and water in that cart.
Yeah, there was food and water in the cart. Hopefully Arnie was smart enough to feed them.
I mean, he knows.
We
common.
weren't gone for that long, like 2 days. A
Yeah.
day?
So,
Not even 2 days. You guys have only been gone for a day and a half.
Okay, we're
Oh,
fine.
yeah.
If they haven't eaten, we can feed them when we get there, and they'll be fine.
yeah, we good.
It's also a mole. Something used to not finding food or drink for weeks.
That is also true.
Yeah.
Eh.
And we'll
There
make
we
the
go.
weirdest noises.
Let's go.
All right.
Let's go see
So,
horrible shit going on.
Traveling through the town, the snow seems to have picked up just a little bit. The ground is covered in a very light frost. You guys sort of make a wide. I would imagine you guys are gonna try and make a wide berth of the frozen area in the middle.
Yes.
Maybe go out
For
the southern
Charlo.
gate and then head east from there.
For Charles' sake, yes.
Yeah.
Do we see skelly bones?
Once you step out of the town, you do not see any skeleton bones. None whatsoever.
Yeah! We saved the town, guys.
Woohoo! And then put it into an eternal ice age.
There's a price
Okay.
for everything, Nick. There's a price for everything.
Yeah, you know what? They can get acclimated to it and just build around the never-ending winter.
I mean,
People do that.
it's
They-
probably
they
gonna
could be
change
the-
the desert around here too. Gonna
They could be the
interesting.
biggest providers of snow cones in the entire fucking world, man.
Unlimited shaved ice.
Damn
I mean,
straight.
it's not like they're gonna wanna run out of water now.
Yeah, and they'll probably be able to have farms and stuff too once you get closer to the mountainside.
Yeah.
Richard will.
See, I mean, let's be honest. We kind of helped them.
We
I
kind
mean,
of helped them.
We
the
kind of
Chris-
saved the world by pushing a crystal off a cliff.
Totally no bad repercussions.
Not at all.
None.
It fell by accident.
Yeah, it was the
Alright.
necromancer's fault. He was the one who pushed it when we were in combat.
Yes, that's totally why
Yeah.
it happened. He
Mhm.
did not. It just happened to tip over. That's it. That's all that happened.
Arnie!
Crest.
Arnie!
So walking back, you all, you see no more bones, no more skeletons. It starts to warm up as you're starting to proceed out until eventually you get near to the end of the path, and the temperature goes back to where it normally would be for the desert. Blazing fucking hot.
Great.
You reach the end of the path, and in the distance, you can see the cart and the two camels. The two camels are currently sitting in the desert, on the desert floor, just looking around, not really doing much. Their tails slowly dragging across the sand. Arnie is currently head first into the ground. You can only see his legs sticking out of it.
That sounds
Arnie!
like camels.
Arnie! Run, Charles!
Richard is going to tap on Nom's shoulder guard.
Onward ever are. Oh, fuck, we left Shinzo.
Is there something wrong?
Okay. They both left, disappeared. Actually, if Shinzo was still outside, we would have.
Canada?
Can we just say we went and got Shinzo? Because we would have, right?
I mean, I just figured we would
I
retrieve
mean-
him after we do
Yeah,
this.
you people did also set up a meeting place.
Yeah, he would have told you. So yeah, you would definitely have time to go and grab him.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Either
Shinzo's
that-
with us. We're
or-
fine.
Or on the
Yeah.
way out the second time, because we're probably gonna be leaving after we bring Arnie back.
No, Dylan said he could bring Arnie back on his own. We're not
Oh.
going back.
Oh right, yeah, we're just gonna bring him here and then
Get
fuck
the
off, right?
fuck out, yes.
The skeletons are gone, the danger's gone, and Arnie can clearly protect him.
Oh, and question: how wide was the radius around the crystal that was snowing? I know you said that it stopped, but like about how far away from town?
Far away from town. Looking back, honestly, it looks like to just be snowing inside town.
Okay. Well,
It doesn't really expand further than that. Go ahead and give me like an intelligence roll. Anyone who cares or wonders about this sort of thing.
well, I mean, if I had advantage, this would be great, but I don't. So.
Yeah, that would also be great, yeah.
Okay.
Intelligence, Richard.
Intelligence, Dick. You call him Richard. I call him
With your
Dick.
Because that's the only name I know.
I call him alternating based upon the name right in front of me right now. I was like, oh, hello, Richard.
Mr.
Fair enough.
Retard.
So I say, well, no, I'm not going to finish that joke. We're on stream.
Mr. Retard. It's okay, Mr. Retard.
I must behave. We are streaming.
I was just commenting on fun with Dick and Jane, but yeah.
Zeus, you do not have a +10 to your intelligence. I need an intelligence, not an arcana roll.
Yes.
Yeah.
Apologies, it's this is
Oh, son of a bitch!
Yeah, that seems about right.
saving this as well.
Fine.
Cheaters never win.
Wrong fucking button.
Oh, okay, that works.
We're going with the 9.
Okay.
+4 either way.
So, Nam and Noah and Dick, just looking back, it's very clear that it's still acting within the range of a weather dome. It's just gone, it's just changed the climate to be
It's
snowy
gone
inside the
heavy
city
metal.
instead. In a
Oh,
way, yes.
that was the weather dome, Crystal.
Oh.
Yep.
Fuck.
Dick knows that was the weather crystal. You two, you just know it's snowing inside of it. It
Yeah.
seems to be staying within the range of how the weather dome used to be, or how it usually is for like normal
That
cities.
is going to change the commerce for that city completely.
I mean,
Did you just say that Dick knows that it's the thing, or did you mean Noah?
Dick.
Okay.
Yeah, I have no idea what the fuck it was. Every time I've tried to make a check on a weather dome kind of thing, I've failed it horribly.
Yep.
I don't know shit about those things.
And Richard, having previously tapped on Nam's shoulder, asks, "Skeletons out here?"
Used to be. They don't seem to be around here anymore, though.
Arnie!
What?
I mean,
Hey, Arnold.
While you two are having your conversation, Larry on Charles rushes up to Arnold.
Arnold says hi.
His alarm clock goes off, and he climbs outside of the hole
Time
that
to
he
wake
is
up.
feeling motion
Arnie,
coming
look!
close.
She like climbs off of Charles and grabs Dylan by the hand and pulls him over. Look what I brought you!
As soon as the Umber Hulk sees the child, he's gonna go over to him, and he's just with one claw grab him by the back of his shirt and just stick him up on his shoulder and just stare at him. And the little child wraps his arms around his head, going, "Arnie, you are okay."
She kinda hugs herself. It's so cute! Noah, we did it! Noah, we did it!
We've reunited them. Good. That's that.
Out of potential
Nice.
jealousy, Richard climbs back up on Nam's shoulder.
Okay, she looks at Arnie and says, "You and Dylan are gonna stick together, okay? Are we good to take the cart and go?"
He's not paying attention to you. He's just looking at Dylan.
Okay, Dylan, you got this?
God.
Dylan looks at you and nods. "Yeah, I'll make sure to take good care of him." As Arnie's just sort of scratching into the dirt, and he's sort of responding to him. So there's like having a little conversation.
Aww. Okay, kids, let's go! Who's leading the cart? Gaius used to do it. Gaius used to be in charge. Nom, are you being in charge of the cart?
What was that?
Are you?
Nom's a bit away, so I'm assuming you didn't hear that.
Move your ass over here.
Move your ass, white boy.
It's almost like he was conversating with Dick for a second.
Oh my.
Okay.
Oh no.
So, Nom, you wanna can you lead the cart? I mean, you do have a way with camels.
Yes, I suppose I could.
With
Okay.
camels.
I will get right on to that.
Okay, let's head back to the town, people. We have things to do, money to make. We gotta give these rocks to the dwarves.
We're
I
not giving
remember
it to
why
dwarves.
we came here originally.
Richard is going to tilt his head and go, rocks?
Don't even worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it. It's simpler that way.
It's fine.
Trust your demigod.
Okay.
That reaction during the trip, Richard is actually going to try to get a look at what they are transporting.
I'm not
Okay.
surprised. And Nom will
I
be
mean-
trying to get a word in with Shinzo.
Shinzo will look over at him. Yes?
So, I know why those two came. I know why I came. Why did you come?
To this land or
On this job.
to Italy?
You're not the type that goes for money. You don't have somebody to protect. And you don't owe anybody here anything. Why are you here?
I mean, he
This
kind of
one?
literally.
Hmm?
Wasn't that his
This
own whole
one
coming event?
out to learn how... This one came out to learn magic, had fascination with it. Thought that traveling to various places might help learn magic. Had planned to learn magic on the way.
Couldn't you have done that with a more capable group? One that wasn't on, from all appearances, a suicide mission?
Mm,
If you don't want to tell me, that's fine. I was just curious.
this one is used to traveling and seeing many people. But this one has seen people who travel sometimes have stories. These stories then lead into chances. Chances for change, opportunities, new jobs, things like that.
I see. Well, I don't know if I buy it, but if that's what you're going with, then fine.
I would
I
actually like
respect
to
your
do a
path.
perception check to see if Nam is able to buy into it.
I mean,
Didn't
you-
you choose to believe you?
yeah, that's the players. It's not really much of rolling, unless, yeah, no.
It's not like I can wring the information out of you. It's more Nom's just going like, all right, fine, whatever.
Okay.
He's just assuming that he believes you.
No.
I
Just
mean,
leaving the matter alone, because he's not going to drag it out of him. Or attempt to, either.
on you?
I mean, he did give you an answer.
He did. He did. Nom doesn't like it, but he did.
Doesn't want to
Yep.
pry deeper.
It's up to Pinky how he reacts to the
I know.
things he was told.
Oh, yeah.
Can I insight check Shinzo to see if he's fucking bullshit? Because I'm pretty sure I can hear this conversation they're having since we're all writing together.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, that depends. Larry, are you riding on Charles the whole way back like you were beforehand?
Yeah, but like next to the cart. It's not like she's like super up ahead or super far behind. She's staying close because she doesn't wanna.
Lamia situation again.
I mean, yeah. Oh, she was there for that. I wasn't.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and give an insight.
Hey, a number.
Ah.
That's your bullshit detector. Beep, 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 beep.
Okay.
What's that sound?
I'm used to it. There's a lot of sounds in my head. Some of them are from Larily.
Wait, but Larily can hear this, right? Because all of Noah's thoughts go
Yeah.
through Larily.
Yeah.
Yep.
She can't really stop herself when she's thinking. It just comes out.
God.
So she's
In terms of what he said,
so Shinzo's lying again, which honestly we shouldn't be surprised about now, since he's pretended to not be a cat person. She's talking to Noah.
I'd like to say this now. He did tell one truth, which was probably picked up on by that having insight, I'd assume.
Yes.
Yeah, the truth is, he is following you guys to learn more about magic. But pretty much everything else is a lie.
No, that's exactly what Nam was
Okay.
thinking too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With that roll, you were able to pick that up easily, Noah.
The only reason why I would insight check is because the last time Noah asked Shinzo about why he was coming with us or anything that he wanted to search for, it was rare paints or rare ingredients for paints, not magic.
No magic.
He did not
No
mention
magic.
magic the last time we had a conversation.
Fuck magic.
So,
No, but he kept stealing spell scrolls, so I guess that makes sense. But
I mean, you saw that. No, it didn't.
no, only Gaius saw.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Only Gaius saw it and Gaius is gone.
Yeah, no. I was more saying that as out of character, not in character.
That's what Shinzo was doing when we weren't with him. He was getting rid of the witness.
Bitch, he's done it before. There's precedents.
He attracted a bigger threat to the party by doing so.
Shit.
So,
Okay.
how many days does it take us to get back?
Kind of
How
In
many
total,
days of
since you don't have-
uncomfortable awkwardness.
Are you heading directly back to a suit, or are you taking the safe path by going back to the arid hills and going from the Waystones?
I'm just gonna say
How are you
yes.
leading these people?
Oh, this is up to the people who are actually leading the cart. I'm not
This
up
is
there.
not.
Oh, so this is up to Nam. Oh.
This
Are
Are
is
you
up
gonna
to
make
Nom.
us go through the iron dirt again?
No, he's going to
Not that that
divert
would
us-
affect us anymore.
He's
Fair.
going to divert us from any and all obstacles that he can think of as he steers us back. So the safe path, please.
Safe path? Okay. So, having to go around to that, it takes 3.5 days to actually get back to the main town. Two things happened during that. Dick, because you said it first, you said you wanted to try and look at the stones that they were talking about.
Yes.
Okay, is he doing it sneakily, and is anyone attempting to stop him at all for anything?
I mean,
Or-
no, I'm sure as shit ain't.
He is trying to do it sneakily because Larily was being weird about it.
Literally does not care.
Neither does Noah.
She doesn't. She wants to look at Dick as little as possible.
The emotion
Alright.
has rubbed
Surprises
off.
me to hear that one, but
This is how Nick feels about.
I'm sorry, I had to.
I love you, Nick.
Okay.
I had to do that one.
I love you.
So, yeah. Yeah, Dick, you
man.
sort of sneak your way to the back of the cart, thinking you're very stealthy as no one's looking at you, and you pop open the giant chest that's sitting back there, since it's the only thing that sort of looks innocuous that'd be holding such a thing. And looking inside, you see a whole bunch of gray, sort of darkish green stones, and two sort of large chunks of light glowing blue rocks.
Do I know what these are used for?
The blue ones, yes, you do. That is a stone that, let me go. Actually, yeah, no, it's a stone that's used in the as far as you know, it was used on the Weatherstone back at town that the necromancer was using. he had rocks sort of similar to this.
Ah. And recognize the dark stone.
Give me nature. Yeah, it's orichalcum. You could tell at a glance it's orichalcum.
He is then going to shut the box.
Onward, ever onward.
All right, and onward with.
Dare bring up my church memories. Don't you dare.
It is forward.
I do not need that stuck in my head right now, please. Please,
Ah.
no.
I've never heard this song before.
Oh god.
And as for you, Noah, you tried to stay inside of Larry as long as you were able to. On the first night, you felt your grip on it slip, and you felt something you haven't felt in a long time. You felt your eyes feel very heavy, and you were forced out. And when you were forced out, Larry, when you looked over at her, she was in sort of like that meditative state that you saw before, where all of the flames around her are flickering different colors.
Ooh, I want to draw her again.
Alright, give me your painting tools. Dexterity, or whatever it is.
It's queried attribute, so it's up to you.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Dexterity.
God damn it. Why can't I paint good?
That was very difficult.
Yeah, she's sort of like swaying as she's standing there, so trying to get a good picture of her is a little bit difficult. You're able to get a rough sketch, but it's nowhere near as good as you would want it to look.
She just kind of huffs and then crumples it and shoves it in her bag. Not
So,
just like destroyed, but it's just
just out of her face.
yeah. She's disappointed in all of her recent paintings. She is very upset.
So the night goes on normally. Noah, you snap out of your meditative state as the sun rises. And all you remember is just feeling the great flames warmth around you, as you did before.
Just like last time, it scares the shit out of her because she doesn't know if he's gonna let her come back this time.
Yeah. It's basically like when Larry's heart beats every minute.
Yeah. Like, every week or so, it's just a gentle reminder, yeah, no, I have your life on a very, very thin line. Use it wisely.
So, you try again the second day, and you possess Larry as soon as she wakes up. And you're able to hold on very well, actually. Larry goes to sleep, and you're able to stay inside of her consciousness. You can even see, like, some remnants of what she's dreaming of during that night.
That's what, like...
Yes.
And you're able to hold on, and you stay possessed as the sun rises on that day. And during the final day of the travel, you lose your concentration again, except this time it was in the middle of traveling, and depossessing her, still sort of staying locked to her because of the bear, but you once again fall into your meditative state while on the back of Charles.
Yeah. What the fuck, Noah? God damn it.
And for that one, you remain that way basically up until everybody reaches Esut, near the beginning of the evening.
Zeus!
I thought that.
No.
It comes to. That's gonna be what when we're in town.
Yep.
Oh, I thought I lost connection. Okay. So yeah, at the end of the evening, you guys start to near the town. You can start to see the faint glimmer of the weather dome around the city, as well as the I don't remember. It didn't have walls. No, it didn't. The buildings on the outskirts of it.
Oh, hello there.
To the stables.
By the way, does Richard know of a outer sewer entrance to the city or no?
God.
Ew. Gross.
I'm
He would.
conflicted by this.
You would know of the outer sewer entrance.
Richard will go in by all means. And he begins to get off. Unless someone, like...
Nam will be grabbing him and putting him back onto his shoulder. We
Oh.
can go in the normal way. Stay, please.
But
Wait,
I
why are
walked
you
through the
trying
front
to
gate,
keep
too.
him? She mutters.
one is... Vermin. Guard would not want Richard.
If they have an issue with you, I have an issue with them. Let's
Why
go
have
find
you-
out.
How have you grown attached to this thing?
Is that
This...
is that allowed or is that in her head?
More in her head. She kind of mumbles it very quietly to herself.
But then you hear Noah saying the exact same thing out loud. How are you bonded with this thing? It's dirty. It's what?
I
Are you
haven't
just in
bonded-
here for the god complex for its worship of you, or what?
A,
That's sick.
you will not mention that thing again, and B, it is sick, and it needs help. I will help it.
That's not what I meant, but
Yes,
okay.
Vermin
You
is
have
not...
fun,
No.
good demigod.
You will stay on my shoulder. Stay.
The
Noah just
name of the ice dragon god literally just bellows like very much joking. You shall stay put.
I can't do this. Noah's just gonna possess Laralee.
Nam is just going to glare so hard. No.
Richard, at the command of, being commanded to stay, is going to turn to the stinkiest and most ragged-looking, scary boa thing, just wrapping himself almost around Nam's shoulders.
Oh god, now I can't stop smelling him. I am
Stop
going to give you a bath when we are inside the city.
To the stables.
So yeah,
Ah,
I think you all need a bath because it's been 2 days of travel without it.
I'm
2
fine.
days. It's been
Like spell.
5 days. 5 days.
Yeah.
No, hold on.
There and back again.
6 days total.
5 days
We've been
for
out
most
there.
people. Richard,
He's been in a box.
Yeah.
38 years since
Very
Richard
hot.
died.
To be fair, compliments to him to surviving being in a box so long.
I mean, yeah, fair enough. With all that
It's like-
gold and shit, yeah.
It's actually pretty cool.
Right.
He
Wait,
ate
was there
the
gold
to
there?
survive.
Yeah, that's where
yeah, there
we're
was gold in there.
like
Oh,
17
right,
people.
right.
Just took it.
We were supposed to split that up.
There
We
wasn't
did.
gold in there. I don't recall there being any mention of gold.
Yeah, no,
There
you
was-
wrote it down.
Yeah, there was
No,
silver,
there
copper,
was-
and a little bit of gold.
There was money and items in there.
Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I wrote down the items. You wrote down the gold somewhere.
the
But
deal.
that was the chest. That was the chest in the freaking necromancer's room
No.
that I wrote down. That I wrote
No.
down. I'll look
We
through.
had-
Go ahead, keep going. I'll find it.
We had already done the one from the necromancer's lair.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
Correct.
about. I'm not talking about the one that Dick was in though.
Yeah, no. We had already done the one that Dick was in, and then you wrote down the one for this. The other one this one you split up into like one person gets this much gold, one person gets this much silver, the other person gets this much copper and silver.
Yeah.
That was the one that was in the tower.
There was money in there. I had a note on it, but it was on because I was on your laptop, Lee. I don't have the note with me as to what was in there, or at least how much gold was in there, rather.
I'm
have
combing
the
the history. I'm combing the history. Don't worry about it.
We'll let the Pinky do his history check while we continue with the conversation.
Fuck you.
So, we'll go to the stables, and Layerly will stable the Charles, and ask the stable boy if he completed the saddle she paid for. Because I didn't forget. I remembered.
No, you did not. And he gives you a hearty nod, and he goes behind a door that's behind his desk. You hear some movement of items, and you see him bring out a large leather saddle that is. Looking at it, you can see it is made to fit Charles perfectly. It even has a little bit of it that reaches around, and the straps that would go around his belly are coated or have fur on them, so it wouldn't like.
She gives him a hug.
Be too bad for him.
You are great. This is amazing work. It is worth every silver I paid you. Thank you. Thank you. How much is it to keep him tonight? Or...
For tonight, he asks for tonight it'd be 3 silver.
3 silver. She pays him 4. The tip. She's not. It's better than nothing.
Must avoid saying an innuendo. Must avoid.
Guess the tip.
Yeah, I was gonna say she knows all about tips, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does.
You're right. Okay, never mind. Okay.
Yep.
Anyway.
As you're going through the streets, it looks like there's a little bit of construction. Nothing like anything being built, like a new building or anything, but it seems like the townsfolk are actually setting up for something. You can see banners being strung across buildings, some shopkeepers making a little stall out in front of it, in front of their actual shops, and little sort of like decorative lights being set up around. I'm trying to remember who of you are residents of Hydrum.
Noah.
Yeah, just Noah.
It's just Noah.
I'm not
Just
good
Noah.
at this stuff, but yeah.
I mean, Rick has probably been around for about a few years living in the sewer, but that wouldn't really constitute learning much.
No, but you would have noticed, Dick, that every time around this year, the people tend to gather and celebrate. From what you've picked up, it seems to be like for a migration of certain species of fish. And, there's a lot of loud noises, a lot of delicious smells, but all the movement and light sort of like freaked you out, and you kind of don't like interacting with people, so you never really saw much of it. But it's around that time of year again, and that's what they're setting up for.
Larry is very excited.
Nom remains completely and utterly uninterested in this.
Ooh, look
Whatever's
at all those
going on.
stalls. Noah, do you know what this is about? Since you're from here, or from this continent?
Would you like me to make a check to see if she actually does know? Because Noah doesn't pay attention to a lot of things.
Go for it, make me history.
But parties is one thing she does pay attention to.
Yeah, boy!
You're not 100% sure what the festival is for, but you have seen a festival before, and this is it's for it's for migration of fish. Basically, what I just told Dick. You just don't know the detail of what stuff.
I think what Noah would know the most is that there sometimes in some cities that she's been to that there's probably been a fight or two.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because of her previous past as a monk and loving to get into fights.
Let's go back to the nice tavern. The one with... I don't remember. The first one we went to.
That is the lady's
Tavern?
reprieve.
Meanwhile, Nom would
Yeah.
be interested in dropping this shit off as well as the cart
Yes.
first.
Oh, well, we were at the stables. You can just return the cart there. I guess
But
we
it
should
has.
go.
Who's going
Oh,
to carry all
yeah.
the shit? Come on.
Okay, first we'll go drop off the shit.
Nom is that. He is that strong, but he would rather not.
So-
Richard is going to look at the box. How much does it weigh?
The box, the one filled with stones.
Yes.
With as much as you had gathered, I'd say 75 pounds.
You just see Richard.
That's including the box.
Yeah. Adjust the opening of his bag. End up stepping on one end, opening it wider and wider and wider than it should go, and just sort of swallows the chest with the bag.
He's stealing our shit. That
Nom
little
is
fucker
going to
is
watch
stealing our
this
shit.
with disbelief for a second. What the fuck did you just do?
This one made it easier to hold.
Okay, now we can return the cart since we're right
fuck.
here.
Fuck this cart, whatever, I'm done. Nom's just gonna hop off the cart, just shaking his head.
Let's go to the dwarves.
Goddamn mages, I swear to God, then whatever, fucking bullshit, whatever.
So,
Yeah,
Nom,
500 pounds is what it can carry. This shit is nothing.
you go and drop off the cart. You return, the camels. That he checks them over. He checks what food's left. He gives you a nod, and then he looks and he goes, "Isn't there supposed to be a third camel? I'm pretty sure I sold you one."
I didn't know. Oh wait, I'm still inside. her.
Yeah, about that. It seemed it got an illness of some kind while I was out there. Do you want me to reimburse you for the camel?
She wasn't the strongest of the bunch, but yes, I will need to be reimbursed, and he's gonna ask for
Did lose 3 hours technically, because I'm not out there. Gaius isn't here, and Shinzo's off God knows where.
God knows where Shinzo.
Yeah, he only cares about his camel.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shinzo would have ended up wandering off the moment they got inside the gates.
Pretty much.
Well, Noah's just telling this to Larry to probably, try to convince him that we lost shit too, dude. Eat your fucking losses and deal with it.
Clearly's gonna just kind of shush Noah in her head.
Yeah, that's not right. Meanwhile, Nom is
Isn't
still
that,
loaded, so he's not exactly concerned.
Yeah, he's
but
asking
still
for 5 gold.
apologetic. Oh yeah, that's fine. Oh, you mean you want 3% of my wealth? Please take it.
Well, with your
You
rates,
want
that's
500 silver?
Five... Oh no, not
That's
500
the
silver.
equivalent.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
it is. Yeah, guess what? I have a lot of money.
Enjoy 1 silver, 2 silver, 3 silver.
Nom counts out 5. You know what? That's what I give him. I give him 500 silver. Spare myself some time at the currency exchange office. There we go.
Fuck you, he's gonna hate you.
He crosses his arms, but he waits patiently as he counts out each and every silver piece.
Well, I didn't say
This
I was
takes
gonna
you
do that.
up.
I didn't say
Are you-
that. Don't you dare. I got it in a bag, and I gave it to him so he can use one of those weights to be able to measure the weight.
You're...
He looks at you, taking the bag. And he nods, and he just gives it a quick once over, and he says, "Fine, that'll cover it."
Does he look like he's just done with Nom's shit? Noah's just curious.
Currency!
Go ahead and give me an insight.
Fuck you guys!
He looks sort of done, but then again, he also looks like he's seen. It also looks like he's seen worse. So he still has his patience. He doesn't look that annoyed.
Oh, he is master of holding it back.
We should get him to work at our store. Probably do well.
So, you said the dwarves next. What's everybody doing?
Now we're going to the vizier's office, I think.
I believe we have to give the ore to these guys.
Those dwarves? I don't know.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have to bring the rocks to the dwarves.
Oh, okay. Well,
Or
no.
dwarf. I don't remember if it was more than one.
It was a
Dwarf
dwarf and a halfling.
Yeah,
Alright.
Nom stopped leading the way as soon as we entered the city, so have at it.
Why is there...
Richard,
Oh,
Mm.
someone drew party fish in the ocean. I love it.
That's exactly why I was confused for a second.
Okay.
That's why I was giggling maniacally earlier.
That explains that.
So,
Hmm.
Larily will lead the way. Oh, Larily wasn't with them, was she?
Yes, you are.
She was.
It
Was she? Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
it was
no,
everyone but
Shinzo wasn't.
Shinzo.
was
Okay,
Shinzo.
let's go then.
Alright, so the rest of you make your way. Shinzo, I'll have a thing for you since you're going off to do your own dealio.
He's off doing his own thing. Richard, though, is remaining with the group because he currently has the bag with all the shit in it.
And the express
Yep,
order
so-
from Nom to not move.
Yes.
So
and
holding.
trying to hide himself as a boa. And probably failing and looking like a really weird dead lizard on the guy's shoulder.
To be fair, he's
Pretty
already a white dragonborn, which is odd enough, so.
So you guys.
We're a unique group.
That's one way to put it.
Yeah.
You guys make your way. You guys make your way back to the artificer office. You go up and you knock on the door. Looking at the sky, it looks like it's starting to get to late evening. The sun's starting to dip below the horizon. It takes a couple of moments. There's no response after the first knock. So you knock again, and you hear little footsteps sort of make their way close up to it. And the door swings open, and the dwarf is standing on the other side with a pair of very small, spectacles sitting on top of his nose under his eyes. And he's sort of just looking up at you. Oh, you're all back.
Yeah, we didn't die.
Most of us didn't die.
Actually,
we lost
quite
some
shocked.
people. But the creature over there, you shouldn't stop people from getting stuff whenever you have to get more, if there is more there. But we got all that we saw. She's gonna look to Nom.
Yes, it is. With this little thing, Nom will start poking Dick.
At this point, Dick will spring up and do the creepy parrot thing. Just run the house. And then produces the entire chest by reaching down into the bag, opening it wide, and just sort of hauling it out. You said it was 75 pounds, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's a legitimate struggle for him to pull it out of the bag. And just sort of
Nom
flop down.
Yeah, Nom at some point will help him just pull it out with one arm, going like you pansy. Jesus.
Yeah, as it
Holy-
happens, 75 pounds is his carry weight.
75 pounds? What are you feeling bad over? Come on,
Has a
man.
strength of 3.
Noah watches
You
curiously.
just.
Meanwhile, man has a strength of 18.
So you guys just take it out and plop it in front of this dude.
Yeah, pretty much. Nom will open up the chest for him for dramatic effect.
Oh, that's quite a bit of orichalcum. Good job, he says, going through, and he shuffles through the stones. Nom, you see him move a stone and reveal one of the blue stones, and he looks at it, and his face, his eyes visibly widen, and he shoves your hand off the top, and he slams the top of the trunk down. And he looks at him and he said, Did you find that with the rest? He's looking around him very nervously, making sure no one else really saw what he just saw.
Yep. I almost blew
Why?
myself up with it.
What's happening? Larry's gonna look I'm really confused.
Nom's just gonna wave his hand. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Richard is staring down at the dwarf.
Dwarf drugs, Larry. Don't worry about it.
He's just gonna pout and cross her arms because everyone's saying don't worry about it.
Here, come.
Fine, whatever.
I actually have no idea what it is, though.
Should I drag the chest in?
You don't have to. The dwarf has already picked it up with one arm and is waving you in. Come in. And he's carrying it inside.
Let's go inside.
In Draconic, Richard is going to ask Nom. Is blue metal not what dwarf asked for and extra?
Nom's
Does
gonna
blue metal
respond.
belong to Nom?
Nom's going to respond back in Draconic. Yes, that is not what he asked for. And I kind of wished we remembered to leave it back there.
Literally, he's just gonna blink and kind of look at the both of them and kind of like open her mouth to say something and then close it because she's kind of confused. Like,
Should I have taken it out?
I have learned a little bit of Draconic while listening to him. Something about extra. I don't know. It's by Draconic. It's very bad. She just says to Noah in her head.
Nom's just going to respond back dryly. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I could tell that part.
He said this in her head!
She said it in her.
Did she say? Oh, okay, never mind then.
I have
Fine.
the blue metal out.
No, throwing it out probably would have been bad.
No,
I just
out,
wish
out of chest. Keeping bag.
it probably would have been better, but
Doesn't Nom
Things
have
happen.
his own brick of it?
no, he does not want anything to do with that shit.
Okay.
He wants nothing to do with that.
Okay. So, what does the dwarf say whenever we're all huddled inside?
Yeah, so everyone gets inside. He places the chest on the workbench that you all had noticed previously. He goes over to the door and closes it, making sure that the deadbolt is locked tight, as well as going over to the windows and shutting them, putting a cover over them, taking a little peek outside.
Me as a human being can tell that this is very obviously, he thinks that this is very high value, more value than the stone he was wanting us to get. There's no, I think that we could probably squeeze a lot more out of him than he originally offered based on his activity currently, or is she completely oblivious to it?
Meanwhile,
Go
Nom has
ahead.
nothing to do with this.
If you want, go ahead and give me a insight check to see if she notices. First off,
Larry
That's
is
a number.
also very curious.
okay, you can do a similar check then. The same check, rather.
Thank you.
Bitches! Larry cares about shiny things, and money, and Noah.
Yeah.
Not
Noah,
there
he's definitely
in that
acting.
order.
Yeah, he's definitely acting very shifty. Although you couldn't really place why. Larry, yeah, you could probably extort the fuck out of this if you really wanted to. It wouldn't be the first time, so.
She's used to selling her paintings for a much higher price than what they are worth. She has spent too many times with other artists. She knows the art of the con. Let's do this shit. Rolls up her sleeves.
Larry.
Let's go, bitch.
Well, do as much as
All
you
right.
can.
So, what is this stone?
Well.
God damn it.
What does Richard know of it?
Go ahead and give me an intelligence check.
Orichalcum, just Orichalcum. We got a lot of it though.
Intelligence or Arcana?
Intelligence.
Fuck you and your Arcana.
Yeah, fuck me. Am I actually taking a thing in Arcana that it's like, yeah.
Honestly, that was the first time you've seen it, is when you were dealing with the necromancer, and he didn't really explain shit about it. All you know is that he brought the stone up to the giant gem, and the gem seemed to absorb the material. Besides that, you have no fucking clue what this is. It's magical. That much you can tell. That's about it, though. The dwarf looks at you and he says, yes, so you did a very good job collecting the orichalcum. That's more than enough than what we need. As for the blue stones, that is something a bit more rare. It's a very rare ore called aetherite. It's not something you commonly find out there in the world all that much. But it is, judging by your reaction, it seems you have some inkling as to what it's used for.
It's
I've
used for explosives? She
seen a
looks to
couple
Nom.
applications of it, yes.
Wait, I'm confused.
Wasn't the boat that we were using?
Sorry, repeat that a little. I
Oh.
didn't hear you, Nick.
Wasn't the boat that we were on that blew up when we?
Oh, was that the
using
power
something like
gem?
that?
I think I rolled like a nat 20 when I was investigating that rock. Is this the same rock as the rock that was on the boat?
Yes, it is.
Oh, fuck! Oh, this is what they used to power the boat that blew up.
Yes, it's used for a lot of things, mainly things I don't like to get involved with
This
anymore.
is a very powerful magic.
Aye, it's used to pass some boats, but it's mostly militarist. Mostly the military is what uses it. So much so that they've completely outlawed any sort of civilian owning these sort of stones, as they can be used to make things that could very quite literally wipe a soot off of the map.
Knobs is gonna continue just rubbing his temples as hard as he fucking can.
So, you're part of like the official organization for the city though, right? So you don't count as a civilian.
Yes and no. We do handle with aetherite, but that's through official channels, which means it's regulated and traced. This stuff is. If this is found in my possession, then they could very easily call treason for it, which is why there's a lot of hush-hush right now.
Okay. So
How do we dispose of it?
she just kind of shushes Nom. She's like, shh, 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 shh. So, do you want us to take this off your hands, or are you going to, or do you want to keep it?
Make it official.
I could, but there'd be some question as to how it came into my possession.
Just tell them you sent some people off to mine and they found it. It's not like it's... It may be rare, but it's not impossible to find, right?
No, but where you found this much, there's chances that there's more, and you're most likely going to end up having the Vizier's Guard on your doorstep if I tell them that.
Could we bring this to the Vizier ourselves so it's not as sketchy?
Normally, yes, but with some current events that's happened through town, he's indisposed of at the moment.
What happened?
Well, I assume you all saw the bright red hellstone that fell from the sky that ended up making it go dark for about 2 days.
Yep,
Noah
we all saw
scrunches
that.
her
Yep,
eyebrows
yep,
inside of Larry's head.
yep.
This one did not see Hellstar.
Don't worry about it. I'll tell you about it later. Don't worry about it.
Anyway, she's gonna try to move on from the subject because she knows it might trigger Nom. Yes. So he's gone because of that. Okay. So is there anyone else we should bring this to, or should we just leave this with you, or should we just
Dispose
keep
of
it and find someone else to sell it
Pretend
to?
like
Maybe
it
bring it.
never
Hmm. Well, there's two ways I could see about it. You could leave it here with me, and I will compensate you for it, in turn. Or I could make something out of it for you, and you can deal with it from there. Whatever you want. I've got enough ore here to make.
Smiles.
Don't you fucking think about it, Nam
Would
says
this
as
be
he
a
sees literally
good-
smile.
Would this be a good thing to like a good channeling for? So this would be good to channel magic through to make it stronger, like a staff or a wand.
Like a
Could
you'd
use
be able
this
to
as-
channel magic through it like water through a pipe.
She smiles very
seeing
happily.
that-
Oh,
I
God.
would
And Richard-
love a staff. That'd be great.
God.
Sorry, Richard, you trying to say something, or?
Yeah, hearing the whole has magic channel through it like water through a pipe is going to try to sneakily scamper off of Nam's shoulder and try to look in the box again.
Box is in front of all of us.
It's in front of you. You can see it.
It's
We
on
You
top.
have the best view out of everybody because you're on top of the fucking dragonborn.
Yeah.
Okay,
Not gonna be
he's
able
gonna
to
lean
sneaking.
forward then.
Is the box closed right now or open?
He's got it wide open. As he's talking to you, he's sort of turned to it and he's picked the two chunks of the aetherite out and is looking them over as well as glancing at it, sort of measuring up how much orange alchemy you guys brought. Hearing that, he nods and says, I can make you a good magic arcana focus out of this. You just need to give me a day.
Will that take up
Okay.
all of it?
Oh,
Will that take all of it or only one chunk?
He measures it out as just one of them.
Oh, gods.
She looks at Nom. Come on, this could help us so much.
This could
If I can
kill-
have a more powerful focus, I can do more damage.
I'm sure you can, and I'm sure you could also blow up by accident with it.
Oh, I have studied magical artifacts my entire childhood.
I've seen engineers blow up by accident who have been working the craft for 30 fucking years.
Yes, but I'll be careful.
If it makes you feel any better, Dragon Boy, I can make it to where it'll be a lot more stable than the material that you're used to seeing.
Yeah, making it into something else, I'm sure the raw rock is a lot more dangerous than when it's formed into something.
Yeah, you're thinking to use the raw rock. Fine, whatever, do your thing.
She claps and hugs Nom and says, "Thank you. I promise not to
at
use
this
it on
point,
you."
I would like to point out that Richard is still standing on Nam's shoulder.
She's not. Nom is how tall is Nom again?
He's only like 5'8", I think.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
literally
5'8".
Yeah, literally's 5'4", so she's hugging around his chest. She's
I
not,
imagine it's kind of sort of force friendly where the ass is completely out and you're just kind of hugging the
it's a Christian
of it.
side hug.
Yeah.
There we
On the
go.
opposite side from which Richard is.
Yeah, no,
Exactly.
not
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
Christian side hug.
Alright. So let's say that you can do what you say with it. What are you going to do with the other piece?
Like I said, that's up to you. I can make it into something, or you could just give it to me, and I'll pay you for it.
Richard is going to just sort of look at Nam. Court make sword. Or no new point.
That'd be cool.
Can you prepare it into a point to be used for a spear?
He looks at it. He looks at you and gives a curt nod.
Wonderful.
You're the best down spear ever made.
Perhaps.
Alright, well, I guess we're in this together then now, aren't we?
This one would also like to watch.
I would like to oversee the procedure as well, if that's possible. I have some experience.
It's perfectly fine. Yeah, like I said, it's going to take all day for both of these. So if you wish, there's a couple of cots downstairs if you ever get tired.
Can we get paid for the orichalcum first?
Oh,
Of course.
Yeah. There, Loa is in her head.
That's right. You're right. I'm sorry.
Lee is going to say yes. Can we get paid for the orichalcum really quick, and then of course let you do your thing?
Of course. He steps around his work desk. He opens up a drawer and he digs into it for a couple of seconds. His arms seeming to go a little bit deeper than you would expect it to be able to in that sort of drawer. And he pulls out a sack and tosses that out onto the table. It opens slightly and you can see it's just full of gold.
Merrily is going to take and count, and then separate it into a pile for her and a pile for Nom, and then kind of looking at him.
Just split it half and half.
Okay, yeah, we're just splitting it 2 ways. Sounds good.
Might as well.
Only 2 left, really.
Alright, that should be pretty easy. I hope I don't need to tell you how that one breaks down.
It's
I'm not a-
75 and 175, right?
Exactly. Yeah, totally.
You get the 75?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I get the 75, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Larry gets the
So,
175.
We
Yeah.
Because she's
we each.
sporting for 2.
We're both sporting for 2. Fuck you.
Yeah, no, we're just splitting it down the middle. It's not
Yeah.
a big.
Right.
It's
I'm just fucking around.
125 each.
Oh yeah. No, I picked up on that name.
I fully understand that Richard should not get paid for this.
So,
I-
quick
Does
question. Sorry, just
No,
a
go
quick DM question. So,
Hmm.
since she has multi-classed into Ranger, I want this weapon to be that, like, that longbow type staff thing we talked about.
Yeah. Where it has
I
like the jewel on it.
Yeah, I want to ask about that. I want to ask them to make that, but I don't know if because I can just, I don't know if that'd be completely breaking, like, the fact,
Didn't-
like, I don't know.
No, Lee, I have a question.
Right.
Did she happen to talk to Nom at all about any possible interest in archery while they were on the 3.5-day trip back?
That would make sense, probably, because she's seen people using longbows, right?
I would
don't
Yeah.
assume.
Yeah, no. So she was like, she wants to be able to combine the two to make, like, she wouldn't have said that, but now she's thinking about it. So is that, it's not going to be completely like immersion, like cheating type thing, is more what I was asking.
Yeah, no. There would have been more than enough time on the trip to actually speak with him about it.
She hasn't learned how to use a longbow well yet, but
No.
No,
I mean, there hasn't.
because
honestly,
no one
there
has
wouldn't-
one.
Yeah, there wouldn't have been any time or any chance to have practiced. But he would have been able to speak with you about the basics and like sort of answer any questions you have about it.
Nom would have let her borrow the crossbow when she was bored.
Yeah. So
With the express promise of not aiming at the caravan.
she knows how to use a crossbow even from back when she was just a sorcerer, though. So it's not like that was, or she knew how to use a hand crossbow.
Yeah.
I don't know.
This is a
Anyway,
full-out crossbow.
So while they were talking about this and like talking and getting paid, she like that idea comes to her head and she's like, do you know how to make a longbow?
Longbow, of course.
Could you
Why ask?
position like making it kind of like a staff and a longbow in one? Do you know what I mean? Like, I know that's not like I know you know what I mean is kind of stupid because it's not a normal thought, but like using the crystal on like the top of the longbow as like an arcane focus and a longbow mixed together.
Okay, so a long bow with an arcane focus. Yeah, I could do that.
She claps. I'm gonna be the best frost hunter in the world. She just mutters to herself.
Knob's just gonna keep rubbing his temples like, this is going to end poorly.
And she looks at Nom and she's like, you're gonna teach, since you let me use the crossbow, will you help me once I get arrows, teach me how to use the longbow?
I guess, if only to make sure you don't shoot yourself in the foot.
Or you.
Either or.
ask.
She gives him a thumbs up and says, thank you. You really are like the weird older brother that I never wanted. She just kind of pats him on the head and then says, I'm gonna go to sleep. You have fun watching them make the things. Good night.
Oh, great.
Wave.
Nom will continue groaning in agony, while also assisting in the smithing of this shit.
Alright, so he will lead you guys down a set of stairs as Larily, possessed by Noah, leaves and returns to the ladies' reprieve to rest. For you to...
Oh no, she's gonna sleep in the cots downstairs that he said.
Oh, okay, she's not going back to the inn.
No, she's gonna wait with everyone else. There's no reason to pay when there are cots downstairs.
Free shit? Did you say free shit?
The best things in life are free.
Exactly.
It's true. Okay, so yeah, he leads all of you downstairs then. You get to the bottom of it, and you see the area is mostly dark. Larily, you see the cots that he had mentioned. There's two of them set up right in the corner on the left side. It's not, it's comfortable. You could sleep on. It's enough to sleep on. It's not clean or anything, though. It's sort of dusty. It seems like they haven't been used in a while.
She's gonna place her bedroll over it and then go to sleep.
Is this down by the forge?
Not directly under, but there was a forge upstairs. Once you get settled, Larily, he's gonna go off to the other side, leading Nom and Dick, and he's gonna open a door that's on the right side of the area, and behind it, you two see a different kind. You see another forge, but this one it's blue flame instead of your normal
Forge.
orange and red. Yeah,
Magic.
the magic forge.
I'll look over this forge and just sort of try to take mental notes of how it appears to function.
Just like home.
Yep,
Oh, God.
you recognize this sort of thing. Although this one does look much better crafted and kept in much better shape than the ones you've seen.
Goddamn minimum, a lowest bidder military bullshit, Jesus.
Yep.
So he gets to work. Dick, I guess go ahead if you're trying to memorize sort of the design and shit and how he's doing it. Give me... I guess just give me a general perception. So he starts getting to work with it. The technique that he's using, Nam, seems to be he's very careful. Like there's a lot of safety precautions that he takes, including like he puts on sort of like a
He puts on gloves and gets to work. There we go.
Sure, why not?
Gloves, goggles, whole 9 yards.
Details.
Yeah, no.
He's very careful as he's going about making the two items. The first one he finishes is your spear. He finishes your spear after, say, 5 hours. He gets the metal tip and lays it into a normal spear handle mold. Oh, fuck. And lets it cool, and after a little bit of time, he presents it to you. The tip of the spear glowing a very dull blue. Ouch.
Nah, it is in fact
Are
safe
you
for him to
okay?
grab, right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Leg's reacting a bit, but I'm putting the ice pack back on. Yes, from how it looks, he gives it like a few taps with a hammer, which with the raw ore would have made it blown up, but for this, all it really does, it just simmers. That's basically it.
Alright.
Sexy simmers.
Woo, simmers. Alright, he'll test the balance of the spear and just give it a few practice swipes.
It feels immaculate. This is the best fucking spear you've probably ever used in and out of the military.
No. Correction. Because of the military, it feels immaculate. Yes.
Fair.
It's because he was a goddamn captain doesn't mean he got good equipment.
Fair.
Yes.
For the second one, he turns to you and asks, okay, so for your lady friend, is she going to be using it to enhance the arrows or to just cast spells from? Do you know how she casts?
Considering how she works, I imagine she'll just use it for spells.
Okay. Just needed to know the placement of the crystal.
Gotcha.
And he gets to work. He basically similar process to what your weapon went through, except he sort of compacts the gem to make it more spherical shape, and he crafts out a bow real quickly, and he attaches it to the top during to the tip of it during the creation of it. I'd say about 3 hours later from that, he has the bow down. Yeah, he craps that. Yeah, I didn't say crap, but sure, why not?
He's a dwarf. That's how dwarves forge stuff. They crap it out.
Did it just crap out the bow? Is that it, right?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Oh, my hearing.
Alright, and he presents it to you. I think, around this time, it would be 9 hours later, so literally, that would be your long rest if you would want to wake up at that point.
Noah was attempting to manipulate the flames on her body to do things other than just be little flames on her body.
What are you trying to do with them? Exactly.
Well, you
And
know,
that's when the forge lit on fire.
the first hour or so, she was just trying to see if she can control their, like, how big, bright the flames are, what color they are, see if there's anything else she could do with them, see if there's anything she doesn't know about yet that she could try to do with them. Probably not to much avail, but, you know, we'll see.
Okay. Give me a d20.
I'm just gonna roll a death save, because that's a d20.
That works.
That's a natural one.
So
That it is. Good job, Nick.
Nice death save.
now, question: are you currently possessing Larry?
Ooh, I went out of her so that way I could experiment with my fire.
So we're not okay. So you try to experiment with it a little bit, try and like move the flames around mostly, and you end up like pushing a flame a bit too far, and it ends up hitting the wall and leaving a very clear burn mark in the stone.
Well,
I have to move my dad's laundry. I'll be right back.
kind of went just like
Okay.
I planned it would. That's pretty much all it does for the entirety of the 9 hours.
Okay. Ah, shit.
Yeah, she's trying to learn how to control it so she can do more than just, here, help you guys out. Here, heal you guys. She wants to learn how to do more stuff right now.
Yeah. Dick, watching over the process, you get a good eye for what he's doing and the exact process he's following. You actually, how does he have a way of like? You're not useless. Does he have a way of like taking down notes, or is it all just in his head?
He does have a way of taking down notes. For the most part, it begins in his head, but then once it starts getting a bit more complicated, you would probably see him take out what looks like lengths of bone and just begin like scratching on them with a claw. And
sigh.
Scratches in the bone are in Draconic, and they are the notes.
Noah watches furiously because she can probably hear the scratching on the bone while she's attempting to do her stuff.
That's why the natural one happened.
Yeah,
What is that?
But
Yeah, it probably looks like the thigh bone of like a camel.
Well, at least Drump's being useful.
Or you when he's a camel.
Not too much.
What, somehow Richard found Drump and took the...
On the way back, he found Drump's.
Nam stopped to pay respects to the stupid fucking camel, and then as he turns back to it, Richard dives right into that shit.
Camel calf.
He says,
I can use this.
this one, this one collect.
God. Good job, Trump. Good job.
Alright, so you make your notes, and they seem pretty good. He doesn't really notice as he's very... all his concentration is being used to make these weapons. Once they're complete, the spear's in Nom's position, and he waits for Lara Lee to wake up to hand her her bow. I think that's where we'll stop for tonight.
Fair enough. Although Nam would probably test the bow a little bit, just to feel how it is as well.
Okay, yeah, he would let you do that.
Yeah.
It feels pretty damn good. Like, you didn't use a bow mostly in your time. They trained you how to use it, but the bows they had there were kind of
Shit.
Military.
a dime a dozen.
Military.
A dime a dozen.
Military.
And this one feels like it's made very much to last.
Well, yet another perk of leaving, I guess. Wonderful.
Oh wait, didn't the little tiny lizard man say that he could figure things out about things? That's just in my head. Or out loud. I don't know anymore. Noah's kind of talking to herself in the corner.
I was about to say, so Noah says while Lara sleeps on the bed.
Does Richard hear that then?
I mean, she's talking out loud because she can't keep thoughts to herself anymore.
I think you're like 2 floors down, though. Is it like a floor and then another room or 2 away?
No, she's the forge is just in another room. She's in another room.
Oh, okay.
We have an invader!
Ah! Are we taking a break?
No, you're saying we're ending.
Yeah.
Oh, we're ending. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did I
that'd be the
get
end of
my
it.
stuff?
Yes.
He created his bow, and you got your bow. Nom even like gave it a not a test run, but he felt it out, and it feels pretty. It's a really damn good bow.
It's sturdy.
Nice.
He is willing to hand you it, which should say something.
Cool. And it's a blue stone, so it's a pretty blue stone.
Yes, there's a blue stone at the top tip of it.
Nice. I need a good name for my bow.
Figure that out next session when she actually sees it.
I'll write up the stats for it, and I'll send it to you guys here. In the meantime.
Yay! Nom's shame is never ending.
Did you find how much gold it was, by the way?
For what?
The last time you were looking up the
Dick's
history?
box.
Yes. Yeah, I did. We already took care of it. I'm 95% sure, unless you didn't put the numbers in. I'll go hunt them down again. Don't worry about it.
Calculation.
Did you not
I
write it
don't-
down last time, Lee?
I
Or-
don't think we wrote it down last time. I don't think we decided who got what.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't think
okay.
that was a discussion
Yeah.
that was happening.
Oh,
that had
shit.
happened.
Oh, shit. All right. Well, then I guess
Did
I
you
got more
lose
money
it?
then.
I have
no,
a
I can
question.
just find it.
Did we get any experience?
Yeah.
Yes, because you did complete a quest. 2 of them, technically. So for this, you got 20 XP.
At least it was 11.
You leveled up.
I leveled up.
Nom is
What
close.
level are you now?
I'm level 4.
Nice.
I need to look and see what crazy shit you can do now.
I get my magic initiate now.
Yes, you do. Yes,
Oh,
you
wait,
do.
did we bother splitting cash for Shinzo too? I mean, he was
For
there.
that one, yes,
Oh,
we
yeah,
had.
yeah.
He was
Shinzo-
there. He gets a
Let's-
266. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can have the copper and silver for that one. So, Larily will take the gold.
I thought we just split it all evenly.
Oh, okay.
So,
No,
both-
you said you split it evenly.
yeah, I did. 200 copper for each of us. 266 silver for one. 267 for two. And then 6 gold for one. And then 5 gold for two.
Yeah, so,
So
Larry's gonna
we'll
take the
give-
267 silver and the 6 gold.
Yeah, we'll have that. Give Shinzo the 5 gold and the.
Hey,
rest
one of the 2 5 golds.
Yeah, one of the 2 5 golds and the 266 silver.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, but there. Oh, you split this up for 4, didn't you?
No, I split up for 3.
Oh,
I split it up
okay.
3 ways. It was a bit of a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But...
One person gets 266, 2 people get that secondary amount, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're gonna see where this wonderful excitement leads to next week.
Yeah.